Hello and welcome to your Scoutcast Matchday. We are here for the Ronaldo show. It's all very, very exciting. And in a couple of seconds, you're going to see some cool graphics appear on screen as well. I'm joined by two special guests today. Firstly, Seb, how you doing?
Hey mate, I'm okay, thank you. I had an FPL dream last night where there was a fourth bonus point added,
Oh,
and it
nice.
was specifically for penalties. So maybe something's been on my mind this week. I don't know. You take from that what you want.
Love that. And Chris, how you doing? Any FPL dreams last night?
I didn't have an FPL dream. No, I've been doing exciting things. I've been on a school open days today, which was fun. I'm a bit frazzled, to be honest. I was up late. I was up late working on scout stuff. I do work really hard on scout stuff. No one appreciates it. People just moan about stuff. But I was up late working on that, so
I
my,
appreciate you,
my
Chris.
eyes look smaller than usual. That's why. But I'm excited about today. What I realised I've forgotten to update my fan team. I knew there was something
Oh,
this morning. I've got three teams, and I've been doing all right, and I just knew I was definitely going to put Ronaldo into one of them, and I didn't. The teams are
yeah.
fine, but I just haven't. I've not done what I should have done. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Ronaldo came into mind. He's cheaper in fan team than FPL. Guys in the chat, let us know if you do or don't have Ronaldo in FPL. I'm guessing 75 to 80% of those in the chat today are going to have Ronaldo, maybe higher. Let us know if you've captained him. Let us know if you triple captained him. And if you haven't, let us know who you have captained and what your predictions are for the game. We're going to be doing live updates of all 6 games. We've got 2 games each. Obviously, the graphics on screen will stay as United, the hero fixture. But we're very excited about this, Seb. We've not done this in a while. The multi kickoffs, the multiple kickoffs.
I'm not sure if me and you have ever done one together, or maybe like during COVID times when there was it maybe the last day, something like that, if you're on
Yeah,
TV, something
that
like
absolute
that.
chaos,
But
Seb.
I don't think I've done one like this. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. As long as obviously all of my players score and none of yours score, then that'll be fun.
Yeah, exactly. And what are your hopes, Chris? Who's your captain?
I'm Fernandez today. I've basically decided to. I made a very conscious decision about Ronaldo and generally about my playing style this season, like to just be a bit more calm and cautious, like I was last year. I got my best ever finish by not knee jerking, by not leaping in and playing, massively early wildcards. So I've sort of looked at it, figured it out, thought, no, it's too early. I want to see him play. I want to see it sits in. I'm just going to sit back and just use my free transfers and then wait a little bit for that wild card and then decide whether I go heavy in on the Chelsea or United. So I've got Fernandez. Is the the short answer to that. Yeah.
And if we're looking at the hero fixture, Seb, we should turn our attention firmly to the starting 11 we can see on screen, which is United. Give us the headlines from the United game. No big surprises. We kind of expected Ronaldo, didn't we?
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the bench, actually, I don't know if there was ever really much of an alternative because with McTominay out, it was going to be Pogba in the double pivot, I guess. And I'm not sure anyone else was maybe going to start with Ronaldo. Cavani's didn't travel, did he? So I think
No.
it was always going to be Ronaldo. The lineup is De Gea in goal with Wan-Bissaka at right back, Varane and Maguire centre backs, Luke Shaw at left back, just a player I've got my eye on today. Matic and Pogba in the double pivot, as mentioned. Greenwood and Sancho wide, Sancho on the left, we believe. Bruno Fernandes at 10 and Cristiano Ronaldo up front.
Love that. Gio Boys has got Ronaldo captain. John Chapman has got Ronaldo captain. I think probably quite a few have. Oh, FPL Scoped is watching. He's gone Bruno captain. We'll give you team news of all the 6 games rather than running through the 11s. I'm just going to give the headlines. Okay, so I'll do my fixtures and then I'll come to Chris for his. Chris is on Southampton, West Ham, and Arsenal, Norwich. Then I'll come to Seb for his. So the headlines in my games. United, Newcastle, you can see it on screen. I'm also going to be doing Brentford versus Brighton. So what do we need to know there, right? We need to know that Tony is starting. We like that. And for Brighton, we've got Sanchez starting. Interesting back 5 for Brighton. Veltman looks like he's going to play right wing back. We like that. And new signing Cucurella is going to play left wing back that many have said looks like me. I'm not sure if he does. And then up top, we've got Welbeck and Morpie with Trossard in behind. Chris, Southampton, West Ham. Surely
Yeah.
Antonio's starting, right?
Antonio's starting up top. Ben Rama's playing Bones, playing Fornells. There's none of the new lads coming in, so we haven't got Zuma or Vlasic in. So it's Kufal, Dawson, Ogbonna, and Creswell across the back, Suchek and Rice in the middle, and yeah, the regular starting the regular front 4 effectively. So good news for Antonio and Ben Rama owners. Not that we're expecting other than that. And for Southampton and that fixture, well, Livramento starting, which is good for, everybody's got him as a make weight. Yeah, and I don't think there's any other massive kind of news. You've got Redmond and Armstrong up front. Ward-Prowse is in. I don't know. There's massive Southampton news. Arsenal's interesting. Looking at the fixture, so there's White's back in, which you'd expect for paying 50 million. Tomiyasu, the new signing, is in. There's Maitland-Niles is in. You've got Aubameyang coming into line with Pepe and Saka alongside him. But there is no Smith Rowe in the starting lineup. That means, which we've got Odegaard and Sambi Lokonga in the middle there. So yeah, I know Smith Rowe. A lot of people had him as kind of make weight, or not make weight, as part of Wildcards. He'd come into a number of them. I saw a few discussions about it, and yeah, that'll be disappointing, I think, for those players. But
was he ill in the week? I believe I remember reading something along those lines.
It could be. I mean, he's on the subs bench, so he's not out of contention entirely. So yeah, it could well be the case. I'm not up to date on my. I'm not Neil. I don't know all these things. But no, that's kind of interesting there. And yeah, Norwich. I don't know what massive Norwich assets we've got. I mean, you've got Pookie's obviously playing. So Williams is in as well. I know he's in a few sides. But yeah. I don't know what the ownership of the rest of the Norwich assets are. I assume it's not going to be high. Yeah. So yeah, I think Arsenal will be interesting. A few different players in there. They've got they're kind of playing 3-4-3, but it's with Maitland-Niles and Tierney sort of wing backs, I guess. That's going to be interesting. Could be good for Tierney owners. That could be interesting.
Yeah, loads have gone Tierney on the wild card. Seb, what are we looking at for your games? You're doing Leicester City. Big news there is Gianni's boy Ferran Torres starts. Never in doubt, was it?
Ferran Torres starts up front. Yes, indeed. It looks, off the top of my head, that might be a very similar lineup to what they had in the last match with Grealish and Jesus wide. I guess from a fantasy pointers perspective, we have Diaz and Laporte still as the centre-back partnership, with João Cancelo holding on to his spot at left-back, which I think is 4 starts in a row now. Yeah. KDB is on the bench. Foden isn't in the squad as far as I can tell. So at some point, that front three might be threatened, at least by Foden and then De Bruyne for the midfield as well. But at the moment, Torres looking pretty set for you.
Yeah, excited about that. Harvey Barnes continues to stay in the 11. He's gone without Iheanacho again, Brendan Rodgers. I guess with this fixture in mind, counter-attack, Barnes, Vardy. Leicester have got a good record against big teams. I've sold Harvey Barnes this week, as I know the vast majority that did own him would have done. This is the sort of fixture Barnes and Vardy might get a little bit of joy, no?
Yeah, I mean, traditionally, we've seen, was it 5-1 or something last season when they just hit City on the counter several times? But realistically, if you're looking at it objectively, Leicester versus City, it's one of their hardest matches of the season. Barnes has not been great. So I think it's a fair move, especially people as they did it to facilitate other moves, bring in Jota, bring in Ronaldo. The headlines from Leicester, probably, the typical 4-4-1-1 with Maddison behind Vardy. Vestergaard and Sionchu are the centre-back partnership, no Amity. And Ryan Bertrand starts at left-back for his first start for them. Castagna at right-back. So Ricardo Pereira drops down to the bench, which is probably why some of us avoided him, despite really liking him.
Yeah, and Watford Wolves is one that is a little bit more interested in than you might expect. All those that have wildcarded, some of those that have taken 4-point hits, been sort of shoehorning in some Wolves players. So the big names, Traore, Jimenez, both up top.
I think everyone you'd want is probably there. So Jimenez starts up top after the international conversations. It's one of my transfers there. Trincao and Traore either side of him. Semedo right wing back, Marcel left wing back, and then the same back three they've had Kilman, Cody, and Saiss. Although I know Willy Bolly is back and may disrupt that at some point. And Jose Sarr in goal, of course, which probably covers all the options I think everyone was going for. The only other player of interest in this match is maybe Sissoko for Watford. Ismaili Sarr as well. They both start.
Nice. And did I see King starting for Watford?
Yeah, he is indeed. So if I had to guess, I would say King left, Sarr right, Dennis up front. But I guess King could also play up front. Yeah.
And Sarr's ownership still fairly high. It'll be one that eyes will be on. Chris, what are your thoughts for your fixtures? You've got Southampton West Ham is very interesting.
I mean, I've got Ben Rama and Tony on my side.
You've got the double up, yeah.
I've got Soufal as well. Actually, so I've got treble. In fact, I'm very hopeful of West Ham kind of rolling over Southampton, but they aren't. As United fan, they aren't mugs at home, and I think so. I think it'd probably be a a very tight first half, and then maybe when the first goal comes in, we get 2 or 3. But I think it'd probably be quite tight initially. But yeah, I'm hopeful that Benrahma Antonio show continues. Obviously, from a points perspective. So yeah, I think that one. I can't see Southampton winning it. I can see them keeping it tight for a period, but I think West Ham will get that. And Arsenal Norwich, anything could happen, right? Literally anything can happen in this match. If you before the start of the season you go, right, okay, great opportunity, get you Aubameyang, your Saka, whatever, get your Arsenal defence in here. I've got Ben White on my bench, so he might end up coming on, so I haven't got rid of him yet. But so you'd like to think this should be the sort of match that Arsenal win 2 or 3-0, but the way they've been playing and the confidence levels. Anything can happen. If Norwich really go for them at the start, which is what I'd suggest if I was their man, that would be anything could happen. They could, look at what happened this morning. I missed this match this morning so early, so I was out of the house. Just came in about sort of 5 or 10 minutes before this started. What happened with Palace Spurs? Yeah. What's going on? What is that? Struth.
Nuno looked.
I didn't even watch that match. I'm literally kind of reacting to it now, going, "Oh my god!"
Chris, honestly, it could have been 10-0. Like Nuno's Spurs looked like a really poor version of Nuno's Wolves, and yeah, Palace absolutely ran right. And a few guys in the chat have said Gallagher. I think Moo had Gallagher. But should we be looking at Edouard? Maybe. I think he's going to get a good run of games.
He's got 2 goals, right, in his debut. Zaha. It looks like it's going to bring Zaha back into the contention as well. You've actually got someone up top that can put it away, or a couple of players now. And so suddenly Zaha gets a lot more interesting, doesn't he? That's he's can score himself, but if he can provide, if someone's going to finish what he starts, that's very exciting. And Gallagher, I was looking in the day. I thought. Let's see a couple of games, but he is that sort of player you might want to, if Palace gets some, nice run, you might want to kind of bring him in. But yeah, so Spurs looked abject, did they? I know obviously Son was out, I guess. So it was anything, that's.
I didn't catch the match. I was off gymming, but looking at pretty much.
You look like you've been off gymming.
Every. Cheers, I guess. Hot and sweaty. But yeah, looking at all the stats and just the momentum of the match and mostly indicators, it doesn't look like it was smash and grab either. I know Spurs had a red card, but even before that, it looks like Palace were comfortably the better team, which is, I know Spurs were top so far, but maybe a little fortunate. We're maybe seeing it swing well the other way now.
60% possession, 18 shots. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Spurs have not exactly... They've done well, they've done a kind of keep it tight and pinch one type play, and they've obviously had to struggle without Kane and stuff. But they've not been looking like the Spurs that were going to win games 4 or 5-0. So maybe it was a little bit of a false position, sort of bit leading.
Edouard's an interesting one. He's obviously a quality striker in of himself, but I think the question is, whether Palace are a good bet. If they go forward a bit more the Vieira style as the Hodgson style, and Edouard gets his start, there's a very, very fine striker there.
Yeah, I think
potential as well. What's his price? I haven't even looked at. I mean, I thought
6.5.
Interesting. I know Everton. Everton were looking at him last year. I think I'm an Everton fan, and he started well at Celtic, didn't he? And then it sort of went off. It just sort of disappeared a bit. But
yeah, the only thing with him at Celtic was great goal scorer, but he fancied a card as well. He got sent off quite a few times.
Fiery. The stat at half-time was Harry Kane had the fewest touches of any Spurs player to complete the half. So that said a lot about, I think it was 15 touches. And Dyer went off injured early. There was the red card to Tanganga. But even without all these things, so poor. Guys, just so you know, we've got eyes on all the games. And the Ronaldo show is about to start. We're all very excited for FPL. We now have Lukaku, we now have Ronaldo, we've got more premiums in the game. This is the most exciting week I can remember in FPL for a very long time because we've got loads of different captains, we've got loads of different premiums with different looking teams, we've got loads of chips in play or wildcards in play and 4-point hits. Let's talk a little bit about United and Ronaldo. Seb, do you like the look of that 11? Because Greenwood, Sancho, Bruno and then Ronaldo looks like a very good front four.
Oh, for sure. But I'm not a fan of Pogba at centre mid in that 4-2-3-1 shape.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just both for the team's structure and for what they can get out of him. But maybe that's just a needs must thing today with McTominay out, no Cavani for up front. As an attacking team, that's seriously impressive. I'd like the Shaw and Sancho combination on the left, hopefully, a bit like the Guerrero and Sancho at Dortmund that we've spoken about before. But the thing with United is that Ollie's very much a man manager, a people person. He doesn't necessarily seem to enforce all that much structure defensively or offensively on Man United, maybe relying on individuals to combine and do something themselves. Like he puts them on a platform to succeed, but doesn't give them the structure to do, unlike, say, a Tuchel might or something like that, where Chelsea is very, very structured and there's a plan to how they're going to attack. So I think sometimes Man United go and blow a team away, like they did against us. And then sometimes they really struggle, like they did against Southampton. And that's going to keep happening until, they just keep improving individuals, or Southgate, similar conversation there maybe, but Solskjaer, puts a different structure in place. Yeah, exactly. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But it does maybe mean that, we can't guarantee we're going to see those performances every week. And then the thing with Ronaldo joining, brilliant goal scorer, absolutely. But I don't know if he really changes any of that. United's issue last season wasn't scoring goals. They overperformed their XG by some of the highest in the league. I think it was about 74 goals to about 60 XG. So, finishing, not a problem. We know they can do that. Cavani, Greenwood and friends. But then when it comes to creating chances, that 60 XG was quite a bit lower than City and Liverpool. And what we've seen so far in the first couple of weeks, especially Southampton, is it wasn't necessarily scoring a chance, it was creating a chance.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Ronaldo is going to add to that from a real world perspective. From an FPL perspective, they're going to score, he probably gets those goals, so maybe we don't care.
Loads of you are joining us in the chat. Let us know your predictions for the big one. For United versus Newcastle, are you expecting this to be tight and then Ronaldo to score a late winner, or are you expecting United to run riot? For me, it's all about, can United score in that first half? If they score in the first half an hour. If they don't score in the first half an hour, it could be one that goes on to 60, 70 minutes, 0-0. If they do score early, I can see goals.
Could be a cricket score, yeah. I thought when you said the big one, I thought you meant Brentford Brighton. I was a bit second there. So, but we'll eagerly wait and see how Tony does. You've still got hold of him. So, what are you expecting? So, you are this is probably not a fair. I don't know if this is a fair representative percentage. Looking at certainly not in the most active and vocal managers. Ronaldo transfer wildcard seems to be a big thing than 40 or 50%. You're the only one out of three here, so you're 33%. Yeah. What's your expectations? What's your realistic expectations today, Gianni, from Ronaldo? Are you expecting goal and assist?
I'm expecting one goal minimum. I'd be really, really disappointed if he blanks. I don't expect assists ever with Ronaldo. I do expect him to be on penalties. I just feel like this is a brilliant fixture. I mean, we look at the chances Newcastle have conceded this season. When we look at it's just the homecoming of the go. Everyone's at Old Trafford today. I think his mum's travelled from Portugal. It just seems written in the stars that this is a game for Ronaldo, the player for the big occasion. So the only downside
he can't possibly live up to this, though, right, Gianni? You saw him in Serie A. He's a good goal scorer, but this isn't that Ronaldo that Man United fans saw a decade ago. He can't live up to this hype. Did you see in the week, I think the Man United Twitter account had tweeted something like 79 times about him in 5 days, which is cool. Of course you do. But that's setting such a bar.
Selling a lot of shirts, isn't it? I mean, but that's, you don't buy Ronaldo and not tweet about him 79 times. Like you're not buying a young lad for the future who's going to be here for 10 years, or we can sell on for 300 million or something. He's here for this year, next year, and that's your lot, isn't it? So, maybe it's just this year, but you're going to make the absolute most you can out of him. I do worry, and I'm not a United fan. I don't hate them or anything, but I don't know if it is the best thing for them. I don't know if he's actually adding goals. I think he's just taken away from elsewhere. For fantasy, for Fernandes, obviously makes
Benzema.
But
Benzema will tell you the same thing, right? It's the same at Real Madrid, arguably.
So I don't know. It sounds strange, but I don't know if that's massively strengthening United as a whole. I know you were saying sort of similar things, Seb, from a probably more analytical angle than me, but I don't look at that side and go, wow, it's in the way that Lukaku slotted into Chelsea, and they needed that. They needed someone like that, and that completed, an incredible defence, very creative midfield, just, no one to put it away. That's what they needed. United haven't got a shortage of people that could put it away. Greenwood's looked good. Rashford's a decent striker. There's lots of goals coming from midfield. Goal scoring's not really been the problem for me. Well, as a third party. So and obviously Cavani, I didn't mention him. And Martial, they're not short of options up there. It's more central. Getting that central defensive midfield sorted. I think maybe I don't know how you feel about Wan-Bissaka, maybe right back. I don't know. I didn't think that was a priority for I guess if they got Haaland or something like that, it was just such an explosive and pacey player, maybe even been different. But I don't know. I'm not convinced. I am setting myself up here for a hat trick today for Ronaldo. Just like falling 50 points behind everybody. But
to defend you there, if he scores a hat trick today, absolutely fair enough. But that doesn't necessarily change your point. It means your point hasn't started well. But your point of like he doesn't necessarily improve Man United over the course of the season, they could have won 3-0 today anyway. Cavani's good for scored a hat trick, which I think is your point. Obviously, from an FPL sense,
I think it's exciting to have him back.
Go on, Gianni.
Don't get me wrong.
Chance for Wolves, and it's Adama Traore who's close to the assist. He puts in Neves, has a pop from the edge of the box, but yeah, there's a block that comes in. But Traore looking lively already. 6 million midfielder. He is so due. When we look at the numbers, the underlyings, and guys, check out the Scout membership area for all these numbers. Seb, you must have been digging deep into some of Traore's numbers. He's due, isn't he? Or is he just the world's worst finisher?
Oh, so
bit
two
of both.
things on that.
There's
first thing,
possibly both. You can be both.
So first thing on that, like we've got some tables that are like XGI underperformance. So how many goals are they expected to be involved in versus how many they have been, and the top of that table, so the biggest underperformers is just Wolves. It's just Traore, Jimenez, Trincao. It's just their whole team, which from watching the matches probably seems reasonable to us. Traore himself, he's pretty much the biggest underperformer in the league, I believe. Interestingly, historically, he's only underperformed his XG by something like 0.05 or something silly. So he's basically an average finisher. He's kind of fine. So not suggesting that 3 matches we've had so far is that indicative of whether he's going to be a good finisher, bad finisher this season, or if he's even going to keep getting chances. But so far, it looks like he probably has historically underperformed what he's going to do. And if he keeps getting those chances, which playing on the left, playing in this system looks like he might, it's a bit different to the past, I'd back him to convert some of those into points.
Yeah. We've seen a little bit of link up from Bruno and Ronaldo as well, by the way. This is something we haven't seen a huge amount of when they played together for Portugal. But it was a ball over and it's sort of miscontrol from Ronaldo. But it's going to be so interesting watching the dynamic between those two. When Ronaldo gets tired and when he's playing as the number 9, or when United are 0-0 and it's backs against a wall, Ronaldo will return to default, which is drop deep, try and get on the ball, or drift left. And I'm really interested to see how that possibly eats up some of Bruno's space. Looks like there's been a chance for Man City as well, Seb. Don't know if you have managed to see it. I've just had a glance on live text, but it looks like, it was Bernardo Silva that put in a dangerous cross. It was Jesus who was completely free. Leicester's defending this season has been poor.
Thank you. It really has, and Söyüncü himself as well has given away quite a few errors. We were watching the Leicester West Ham, was it? Where they just kept passing it to West Ham players to have chances and create things, didn't they?
Yeah. I've not seen Leicester defend that badly for a long time, probably under Rodgers. Yeah. I know he wants them to play out the back, and maybe they haven't got the personnel to do that. Schmeichel's not the best with his feet, but Söyüncü's pretty useful. But they were just going for every pass out the back, and it was like, it's not working, just go long now. They were really keen to stick to their guns on it.
I think Arsenal started... sorry.
Please.
Arsenal started strongly, it looks like. There's been three chances so far. Aubameyang had a go, assisted by Tierney. Pepe put a ball in to Gabriel, whose header missed to the left. And Tomiyasu had a shot from outside the box that's blocked with Ben White assisting. So what I'm reading, what I'm seeing, it's Arsenal going for it. As to be fair, they were in the last few games. I've seen them try to start really positively. So, are they desperately a team that needs a goal? But they are going for it. So, and it looks like the Tomiyasu and Tierney are pushing up and getting involved. So, hopefully some action and some points there.
Yeah.
Tomiyasu playing right back or right centre back?
I think he's right back.
It looked like it might be 3 at the back, or is it a 4?
Yeah, it's right back. They've rejigged how they'd lined their sort of team up. It looked like 3 at the back at one point, and now it's Tomiyasu on the right and Tierney on the left. And
so is Maitland-Niles?
Maitland-Niles seems to be starting in the centre alongside Lokonga.
Cool.
As more of a defensive, I don't know, sort of between the attacking midfield and defence. Not at the right back, where it's his home, which, as Everton believe, in their attempt to acquire him. He's a player that we try to buy as a right back, who doesn't actually want to play as a right back, which is very Everton in their transfer strategy.
Oh, Ronaldo chance, and the Newcastle fans are going just sort of screaming "wee" because it's one of them. The ball loops into the air, and Ronaldo attempts the first time volley off this like Kieran Clark header. But he gets it all wrong, miscues it, falls over, the ball bounces wide. So that didn't work out at all. But he's just had a step over. He left Willock for dead, smashed it into the side netting already. So Ronaldo's show is firmly on the road. 11 minutes in, he's just hit the side netting after 2 minutes before went for the big volley, and that didn't work out.
Sounds like he's massively off target so far, Gianni.
It does, but all we need with Ronaldo, we don't need them all on target. We just need him to keep getting the shots, and we know we'll get that. We know he's just going to be shooting on sight.
You were mentioning Bruno Fernandes and Ronaldo, obviously for Portugal. I guess the difference here maybe is that they play more of a 4-3-3 with Bruno. I mean, the Euros, Bruno wasn't even in the team.
Yeah.
But with Bruno a bit deeper. For Man United, we would very much expect, as you were saying, Bruno in that 10, even second striker role sometimes, trying to combine. So maybe they haven't combined brilliantly for Portugal, but I wonder if United will just line up differently and get something different out of them.
Yeah, with Portugal, it seems like Bernardo Silva is the main man in that midfield. Everything goes through Bernardo Silva, and it's almost like you need him or Bruno, perhaps not both. And for United, we know everything goes through Bruno, but yeah, he's far more attacking, you're right, Seb. It'll be interesting to see that link up. No doubt these guys are going to be on the same wavelength. It could become a really nice strike partnership, because we often have seen Bruno as second striker. Chris, any action? Sorry, Seb, go on.
I was just going to say, not Premier League, but
yeah, true.
Dortmund have come back from 2-1 behind against Leverkusen. Florian Wirtz for Leverkusen, who's brilliant. Haaland and Jude Bellingham within 2 minutes of each other.
Of course, Haaland and Jude Bellingham. Who else? Yeah.
Bellingham is going to be so... I mean, he should probably start now. He's the future of our midfield. He's outrageous.
Yeah, and will he be in the Bundesliga for long, or will he be... And Liverpool have been linked in the last couple of days with Bellingham. I don't know if they're going to perhaps be able to spend that sort of money, but Dortmund are going to want 70 million minimum. Yeah, be an interesting one. Chris, any action for Antonio? Because there will be a few in the chat. Guys, let us know if you've captained anyone differential this week. And I think Antonio counts as a differential captain choice. Let us know.
Yeah, no, he probably does. I mean, a lot of people thought he was last week, and then he wasn't as a differential captain. Looks relatively static so far. It's a shot a piece. Yeah, I predicted it to be tight early on. I'm relatively borne out. I think Ben Rama's had a shot with an assist from Antonio, which was blocked, and Adam Armstrong's had a shot from the edge of the box that was saved. So at the moment, it's kind of a bit, trading free kicks, bit niggly, not too many clear chances, a bit tight. I expect it to be this way in the first part of the first half at least. I don't think Southampton are going to be, they know how dangerous and how pacey West Ham are. I don't think they're going to come out really aggressively. So I think it'll open up a bit later on this game.
Yeah, let's hope so. Southampton have actually in the last couple of games looked like they might be showing some glimpses of being a team that can look fairly organised and steady at the back. But surely if anyone can exploit that defence, it's Antonio. Yeah,
no. Well, I mean, Antonio can do everything, right?
Yeah, he's so well priced in FPL. He's delivering like a premium, isn't he?
It's just, yeah. I mean, it's like he was in at the start of the season. It's going to have to be injury that takes him out. I can't see even a couple of blanks are going to kind of deter you from holding on to Antonio. Really, who's doing Brentford Brighton? Is that you, Gianni? Or are you can't keep your eye off Ronaldo?
It is. It's very little so far. Mainly eyes on Ronaldo, but no action yet. I think the only threat we've seen is a cross from Canos. I don't think we've seen very little. There's been no Tony chances or anything like that. Don't think we've had any save points yet either. Just seeing Simon Stone, who's the sort of BBC sport guy at Old Trafford, who many of you would have seen his tweets over the last few days. He says the Newcastle have been sort of so vocal, and it just makes the atmosphere at Old Trafford absolutely bouncing, which we love. It's lovely having fans back. And Ronaldo, and like any player, it's just going to be such a special day for him in front of the fans. 4D in the chat says he captained Antonio. Like that. Andy J,
good shout.
Andy J says he's a Leeds fan and Newcastle fan, so he also captained Antonio, as he didn't fancy cheering on against his teams, Leeds and Newcastle. I'm guessing you were looking at Salah or Bruno / Ronaldo, Captain Andy. Seb, any sort of action for City? Because I'm expecting City to score a few today. I really am. I need Torres to deliver.
I'd say it's been relatively calm so far, but Gundogan has just had a chance on the volley that was blocked from a Bernardo Silva cross. It did look to be going on target. But I think so far, while City, we'd expect them to have all of the ball, 66% possession here, I think. Only one shot on target, none inside a couple inside the box, and one decent chance missed, but nothing massive so far. So probably just building up to it, as Leicester probably just look to soak up pressure and try and hit on the counter, as you said before kickoff.
Yeah. It looks like there was another Bernardo Silva cross as well with Gundogan on the volley, but it was blocked and actually was apparently heading in. Yeah. Kev says Dortmund still 1-1. Interesting.
Did it get ruled out?
Yeah, must have done.
Oh, so it did. Oh.
I love that you're still into the Bundesliga when there's 6 Premier League games going on, Seb. Proper football culture.
Bundesliga's the best league.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say second to the Premier League, definitely there's only one. There's only one, it's Serie A. But that's a discussion for another day. Eddie points out disappointing results for Kane owners. Chris, have you had any Spurs players? Because they've been keeping clean sheets, but they don't look exciting going forward.
No, I think
obviously not played today, but Kane, so anonymous.
Yeah, I think if I'd wildcarded, I'd have a look at Regulon,
yeah,
how you pronounce that, and I'd definitely look at. I'd look at the defense. Definitely, I'm not. I think with Kane, I sort of made a decision not to get Son earlier on. Obviously, he's out at the moment. With Kane, yeah, I just think Ronaldo and Lukaku are probably ahead of the queue at the moment, and I'll wait till he starts getting into his run of form and scoring every week before I kind of get in there. So I've got nothing from Spurs at the moment, and it's not an immediate priority. I'm really looking at I'm looking at when if and when Ronaldo comes in. I'm looking at Chelsea as my obviously it's from 7 is the better fixtures, but it's looking at how to step towards that is at the moment is kind of a priority, I think, and Leeds, of course. Sorry, Seb, don't overlook Leeds. Having got Rafinha out, I know it's going to bite me in the arse. That I just didn't. Rafinha is my Mahrez. I owned him last year, and I never had him for any real points. And he's just a player that looks great, and then just doesn't seem to deliver for me. And I got he's one of those players I got kind of sort of railroaded by Fantasy Genius into. You've got Rafinha, obviously, and I brought him in, and then I didn't really want him, and I just got him out when I was trying to make money really this week. So
that's all right, mate. More points for me. I don't mind.
No, I think I'm sure he'll do. I'm sure he'll do very well. How's he going to fit alongside James? Is that going to change?
Good question.
So just before we get to that, I was going to say Sissoko's just had a shot at Jose Sar's near post, which he saved. Sounds like it might have been assisted by Ismaili Sarr as well. Still 0-0 there though. Leeds. So our first choice lineup being Rafinha right, Harrison left at the moment. Some suggestions that Rafinha might move central. I will give you the short answer on that. I don't think it'll happen, at least in the near term. Maybe eventually, but don't know. We needed a third first choice winger, if you like. We had obviously Helder Costa was probably the closest to being our third choice, and Poveda both leave on loan. We needed someone else to come in there. We know Bielsa will make halftime subs if he wants to, right? So James could play half a match even from the bench. Eventually, he may well fight it out with Harrison for the left. I know he played on the right for United a lot, but he has been better on the left in the past. And I think that's probably where we're looking at him. But at the moment, Rafinha right, Harrison left, with Dan James doing that off the bench job, maybe a bit of a rotation job, at least while he gets up to speed with Bielsa's tactics, I would say.
Well, Rafinha's nailed, do you think? Regardless, it's not going to be impacting his
Definitely.
What's that? What have you seen?
It's just a comment I've read on live text. But Freddie Woodman comes off his line, does really well to sort of claim the ball off the top of Ronaldo's head for a cross coming in. Really
you're so excited about it.
And apparently, Guy Mowbray is doing the commentary for Match of the Day at Old Trafford, and he's been heard saying clean sheet so far, talking about Woodman, for Gareth Southgate's godson. I did not know that Gareth Southgate's godson was a Newcastle keeper.
Really? I swear it's mentioned every time he's been played so far.
Really? I didn't. I've completely missed that. But yeah, I mean, look, Steve Bruce will be so happy. United haven't had a shot on target yet. So quiet on the goal front. 0-0 across the board.
Bernardo Silva close for Man City.
Bilva's been involved, Seb.
Schmeichel, sounds like Schmeichel's made a save from it. But again, Bernardo Silva coming through the middle, skipping away from the challenges and getting a good shot away.
Oh, come on, City. There has been action, and it's Ronaldo that's so close. Okay,
It's not.
it's
It's
Varane. It's Varane, and it was a Luke Shaw corner.
From Luke Shaw corner.
Or a Varane goal that would suit me down the ground. I mean, I've got Shaw. I love a Shaw assist. Arsenal's continue to be active. Up to 7 shots now. We've had Lukonga with a right foot shot. We've had Aubameyang with a header which missed to right. We've had an Aubameyang shot saved. Tierney's had another crack from outside the box. It's 7 shots with a couple on target and only 1 chance for Norwich. But that's what's going to happen, isn't it? Right. So I think it was McLean header.
Chris, is Ben White playing today? Is he starting?
Yes, Ben White.
So there's loads of Ben White. There's loads with Ben White. I think I've started Ben White today in my team, so I'm really hopeful I finally get some
should have done, shouldn't I? I just didn't think he was going. I wasn't sure he was going to play.
Yeah, he was doubtful, wasn't he? He did return to training a couple of days ago, I think. But yeah,
that's annoying. That because he's a sort of because I've just kept hold of him, kept faith in him. I do believe Arsenal still have decent fixtures, and I do think they'll sort it out, whether with the existing manager or otherwise. I don't think they're going to go the whole season sort of like this. So yeah, I think White was. I'm going to keep hold of White for the time being, definitely. But I'm not going to lie.
25 minutes in to 6 matches and no goals is not what I expected.
I tell you what, you would not get this in the Bundesliga or in Serie A. That's for sure. Speaking of Bundesliga, it looks like Leverkusen have gone 2-1 up. So taking
they have indeed. Patrick Schick, hero from the Euros.
Come on.
With an assist from Florian Wirtz again. He is so good.
Will he be at Leverkusen long?
Ooh, I don't know. I guess he's kind of sort of inherited that Havertz, not literally the Havertz role, but maybe that mantle of their young, attacking, promising player. You've got to think he's got at least another season there because he only really probably came into it properly last. So a bit of development time, a bit of time to build up value. I suspect he's got a long contract. And then maybe one of the bigger teams comes in. Probably Bayern. It's Germany, isn't it?
They just mop up all the talent. What are you seeing, Chris?
Yeah. Musa Gineppo, is how he pronounces it. It's not how many people do, but he had a cracking shot, which was blocked away. He's had a couple. He's been quite active. So I don't know. It's still relatively cagey, I think, but we're starting to get some shots. Cresswell's also had a shot. He's had a couple of attempts actually. So I think, hopefully something exciting is happening. The most notable thing is a booking for Oriol Romeu. So I don't know if that's going to affect too many fancy sides, but there's a point off there if anybody's got hold of him. But it is incredible that we sit here and go, you know what? Let's watch 6 matches because we're going to have loads of goals to talk about then. Nothing. 23 minutes into most of these, not a sausage.
All this means is the second half is going to go absolutely bonkers, isn't it? Chris Waddle has said on 5 Live, apparently Newcastle, obviously we can see from our graphics, they're playing the back 5, but he says it's 2 banks of 5. There is no one up front for Newcastle. Joel Linton and St Max are kind of behind the ball. So you that parking the bus is probably an understatement. Without Callum Wilson, it's not a huge amount of quality up there, although their hope will be maybe a long ball on the counter to catch United out off the back of a corner or something like that, and can St Maximan get in behind? But it's going to be tough. I mean, maybe, is there anyone out there that's sort of just gone, do you know what, I'm going to captain Luke Shaw today because I'm going to bank my 6 points and get a safe 12 and maybe an assist en route? I'm guessing not. Quite a boring move, but I mean, it looks sensible.
That would have been an interesting one. And I mean, it sounds like United haven't really managed to create much yet either, which is what we were saying earlier on, right? It's not necessarily that goal scoring, but it's creating, especially against if Newcastle have put these 2 banks of 5 up. I don't know where their chances are necessarily going to come from. Yeah,
there's no way Newcastle are scoring today. No way Newcastle are scoring.
Willock could be in there. He's in one of my draft sides. He'll get something. He's brilliant. He scores every goal. Well, he did. I did when he was on loan, not anymore, mate.
Yeah, exactly. He's got his contract now, Chris.
He's
had his signing on fee.
It's all done.
Yeah, I just can't wait for a goal. Surely we're 26 minutes into most of the games, 25 in some. 0-0 across the board.
Livramento nearly fluked one, it sounds like. Oh. So he's come up from the back, gone for a cross, but it's one of those crosses that loops high towards the back post, and Fabianski just about gets back and puts it away. But that would have been a fun way for our 4.1 defender.
Haven't seen that and haven't got him, so I'm relieved on both fronts there.
He's my first sub, so I'm happy. I kind of want a Livramento blank, even though he's on my bench and he'll improve in value. But yeah, what are we saying, guys? From the pick of the 4.0s or to 4.1s and 2s, Livramento is definitely the best of probably a fairly average bunch. I see today Manquillo's starting for Newcastle as well. We can see that on our graphic. He was in a lot of draft teams at the start of the season. And then I don't think he played the first couple, but he obviously gets a start today. One to monitor, maybe.
Yeah, I'd definitely say Livramento for you. I mean, Williams may be the other popular one at the moment, but just because he's 4.0 starting for Norwich.
I think he's gone up in value already, Seb, which is mental.
Has he gone up to 4.1?
He either has gone up or he was due to go up in very soon, which is crazy because he's not actually done anything yet. Just because he's a United player.
We have a Brentford chance.
Oh, do we really? Seb, go on. I haven't seen it.
So Ivan Toney, low pullback, finds Brian Mbeumo, apparently. Mbeumo puts it over the bar. But that would have been nice for Mark his Mbeumo.
Mark does love Mbeumo. Yeah, he has.
He's got Mbeumo and he's got Ismail Sarr today. He's got all
I don't know if Mark loves Mbeumo as much as he has to because of the moves he made.
Mark has Mbeumo.
Forced into it.
Speaking of Mark, yeah, go on. I was going to say, speaking of Mark, you go first.
I've watched it. He did obviously our members video last night, which I watched this morning, and he's been watching Black Box, of course. He's obviously very notably not going Ronaldo. He's very, not slagged anybody off as doing it, but he's stuck. He went to Lukaku early, and his argument, and I've heard a few people, is that Lukaku could easily outscore Ronaldo this weekend, and fair enough, Chelsea's fixtures of the next the last 2 or 3 at least aren't great, but then they come into a great run. And Lukaku is cheaper than Ronaldo, is more in his prime, arguably, than Ronaldo, and is probably going to be, you'd probably think, is more the focal point of that attack. I mean, I know Ronaldo will be the focal point of United, but you know what I mean? He is. You're not likely to see loads of the Chelsea goals going. He's got no chance of getting a sniff at with Lukaku. So that's an interesting thing. If a lot of people playing with wildcards. I saw Andy North was talking to Mark about it, is whether he was on Ronaldo, but then he was going, well, should I have Lukaku instead? And that Lukaku Ronaldo kind of, especially from 7 onwards, is going to be an interesting challenge because you're not going to have both, right? Well, unlikely.
You do very well to squeeze both in. If you still want Salah and you still want Trent, it's probably doable, but then you'll have very little elsewhere. You won't be able to have your nice mid-price players like Antonio or Jota or Torres. I've tried it. I've tried a few mock-ups of a while.
You'll have Lukaku at some point, surely, Gianni.
I'm gonna, my
plan.
Your
red shirt. I know you're not. That's for the game, but you're not.
My plan is definitely Lukaku ASAP. And I must admit, last night I was still caught in between two minds, and I did consider Lukaku instead of Ronaldo this week because I do think the best captain option this entire game week for any player across any team is Lukaku. He's playing against Villa without Martinez. He's playing without Buendia. Yep. Villa have looked poor defensively. So I'm looking forward to that one. And we'll have team news at 4:30 for the Chelsea fixture as well. And it looks like there has been the big chance for Newcastle. And thank you, Akinton, who let us know in the chat a couple of minutes ago. And it was Joe Willock nipped the ball away from Bruno inside the area.
What did I say?
Yeah, he blazed over from a really good position. So still 0-0.
Johnny, tell me about Bruno Fernandes trying to do a David Beckham though.
Did he? Did he really?
Have you got that yet?
I did see that actually. I did see that. Yeah, he saw Woodman off his line, didn't he? Yeah, drama. I can imagine Bruno doing a Bex. If anyone's going to pull it off, you'd put him in the kind of top 5 players in the league to execute that.
All the conversation around who's going to take penalties, who's going to take free kicks, who's going to be the talisman, and Bruno just scores one from the halfway line. Be like, well, it was all pointless.
I'm talking of 4.0s and 4.1s, and apparently we're told in the chat there's a 3.9 starting for Norwich today. Is that correct? I'm just checking.
That's Omar Bomadelli. He went down.
Easy for you to say, sir.
The reason he went down 0.1 is because he didn't start, or I think he may have started and then didn't start the second match.
Yeah.
So if we're talking about the best picks, he's definitely cheap, but I don't know how guaranteed that start is.
Did he play for... Is he Irish? Did he play for Ireland in the week, did I see?
He did indeed. He is Irish.
Hang on. I don't want to question Irish selection policy. What, really? No.
Yeah, I saw it on screen. I don't know why I was watching Ireland or it just came up. And I can never pronounce his name, but I saw him and went, I just never put 2 and 2 together.
If I told you his first name was Andrew, would you believe?
Yeah, no, it is. It's Andrew O. Mabomedele. It's not. It's Omabomedele. So that's the thing. They've removed the apostrophe, so now it's they make it sound more Irish. But that's actually the Republic of Ireland aren't doing well, are they? It's that the wheels seem to have fallen off a bit there on the international circuit.
Imagine seeing my name if I played for England and sort of went full Gianni Buttigieg with the accent on my surname. People would be like, this guy's never English, and then they hear me speak and go, we got that wrong.
That's totally true. That's a totally fair point. Sorry, I don't want to disparage the Irish lexicons. As we know in the past, everyone is. I mean, it's always a bit ridiculous, isn't it, when players can play for multiple teams? But I think it could still happen, Gianni. So maybe we'll see that.
Well, I wouldn't take the call up, mate. I'm too patriotic to my Zuri. Honestly,
can you say that in Italian for us, please?
No, I cannot. So then moving on, we've still not had a goal. We're 31, 32, 33 minutes in to all of the games. It seems to have been a bit frantic, by the way, at Brentford-Brighton. Just keep my eye on this one on live text for Brentford. But yeah, just Brighton unable to find a way through. Poor control. We've had no team really dominating, but there still has been chances, and we've seen Bruno have a pop shot from 25 yards at Old Trafford, and guess who fed him? I say fed him. It was a pass. Ronaldo to Bruno. Imagine that, a Ronaldo assist for a Bruno goal. Would we like that, Ronaldo owners? No, we've just sold Bruno. I don't know if I would.
I've just clocked that Ramsdale is starting for Arsenal. Leno's on the bench.
Sorry, I didn't mention that earlier, did I? No, he is.
Do we know what led to that?
Well, Leno is out of contract at the end of the season, so at some point you assume Ramsdale was going to come in, but not this early. We didn't expect it this early, did we?
Yeah. Does that? I can't remember what price it is. Is there an option there? I mean, depends whether you trust Arsenal, whether you trust Ramsdale, but I didn't expect him to be. I mean, maybe it'll be rotation, so maybe it removes both options.
Well, Leno's not played badly at all. He's actually made some worldy saves this season. I'm just looking now. The price of Ramsdale is 4.5. So if you were wildcarding next week or beyond, it becomes an option because Arsenal's fixtures look brilliant.
Yeah. I mean, I think the risk, I guess, is that he probably isn't their number one now for the rest of the season. There probably are going to be some Leno appearances, but 4.5 for Ramsdale, one to keep an eye on.
Perhaps you go for if you're one that likes the 4.5 keepers, he's definitely an option.
Yeah, that's a good shout, especially if you could find some Personally, I don't like that, but especially if you could find some rotation, maybe hold on to Sanchez because I know their fixtures get a little bit dicey. Maybe that is an option. People have got Sanchez and Bachmann was a popular one, wasn't it?
Yeah. What do we think to Sancho playing on the left, Seb? You did so much analysis and had a thread that went viral pre-season, and we know his numbers are brilliant on the left.
He's done nothing so far.
But he's done very little at Old Trafford so far. But also, when you're playing Ronaldo, who wants crosses, and you've got Wan-Bissaka on your right-hand side, and you've got Luke Shaw on your left, you're already getting great delivery down the left from Luke Shaw. You're getting very little on the right when you're playing Greenwood and Wan-Bissaka for crosses. Surely Sancho should be playing on the right today.
I mean, maybe, but then would you compare clumsily Ronaldo to Haaland a little bit? You know, the thing they do is shoot. They don't get many touches. They shoot. That's what they do. Sancho played on the left with Haaland, linked up well. I mean, he also played on the right for Dortmund, so whatever, but he had his best football on the left and combined very, very nicely with the left wing back as opposed to left back. It was kind of like a 3-4-3, if you like. So I like that idea with Shaw. But yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe they swap as it go. Maybe it'll take a bit of time. We've mentioned, before the show that the attacking structure there for United maybe isn't the same as someone like Tuchel would put in place. Yeah. So I don't know if it'll take a bit of time for Sancho, Ronaldo, Fernandes, Shaw, Greenwood to just find their rhythm together. Maybe it does require a few people switching positions. But all else being equal, I do prefer Sancho on the left. But that's in Dortmund's team. We'll have to see how it goes with United.
Yeah.
I'm hearing from the chat that there's only 4 goals in the championship as well at this point. So this could be be a record. What's going on. It's a drought. It's a very
the championship's still going. I thought they shut that down after we got promoted.
No, they've kept it going. They've kept it going. It's now.
You can remind me of that one when Bielsa leaves and we get relegated.
Paint championship. Not at all. He needs he needs the next big thing to come out of there. The Championship is arguably the toughest league, right? It's the hardest one to.
Oh, we were talking earlier about I enjoy the Bundesliga. If you were to sort of obviously remove the quality step up to the Premier League, just in terms of pure competition, drama, and excitement, the Championship is probably one of the best in Europe. The quality drop-off isn't huge from the Premier League. It's enough, but it's still good football. And then, you can arguably have in any given season, half the league could get promoted, whether it's by playoffs or by winning the title. It's great fun.
And
unless you're in it for
down.
a decade, and then it's not fun.
Yeah.
What do we...
They say it's the hardest league to get out of too, right?
Yeah.
What about the on the fantasy side? Is it Gaffer does? Is it Gaffer does championships? Sorry,
Yes, it is indeed. Yeah.
Is that got a bit of traction? There's a lot of passionate fans, right?
Big numbers as well. Some huge clubs in the championship every season with huge fan bases that would surely want to play.
It's not one that I've played myself this year, but I played it before when Leeds were down there. It's quite a nice way of getting to know a league if you don't know, especially outside of the bigger players and the bigger names. Also, for anyone that is super into fantasy sports, you've probably got a better chance of winning or doing well, because there might just be some championship fans who are just throwing it in and leaving it alone. It doesn't have the same publicity as like FPL or even like the Bundesliga or UCL games. So if you fancy yourself at FPL sports or fantasy sports, you've probably got a bit of an edge in the championship.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. It's interesting. I'm we're promoting a lot of more fantasy games this year. We're working with them. Obviously, FPL is always the absolute heart of everything we do and where most of the content does and hasn't suffered. I know, you do so much other stuff. We do even more about FPL than we did last year. But we are also supporting Bundesliga this year. It's very exciting working with them direct. We are working with UEFA on the Champions League, which is nice. We're not doing that much in the Champions League in terms of running it or anything. I stress. We're just working with them on it and. And we're always looking at other games as well. It's interesting. I think it's finding the time. I guess it's because FPL is we spend so much time on FPL and obviously things like Fan Team and Fantasy 5 are kind of abstractions from that. So that it's the same time investment, but it's trying to switch our head into a different mode. When nothing is on the Euros, I really enjoy the Euros. That was a really good game. I enjoy the Champions League game as well because it's a time when you don't have to think about fantasy. But do we think there'll be? What about the women's football? Do you think is there a fantasy game there for the?
Yeah, there is. I have dabbled with that, but I was a week late. I missed the first kickoff last Friday night, so I'm kind of using it as a way to maybe get my eye in for the women's game and learn how to play fantasy in that format, rather than with hopes of maybe doing well because I'm already a week behind.
Okay, I'll check that out. No, I think it's interesting. I love the women's game. I love the growth of it. It's a bit different, and it's as it should be. It's different stage of development and everything. But yeah, there's very competitive and some great football to watch as well. And easy to get a ticket, which is nice as well. If you want, I've been down to Chelsea a couple of times.
Sure.
So
we've gone to the FA Cup final. The last, obviously with COVID, we haven't, but previously when we've been in London, we've gone a few times, and it's flipping brilliant.
It is. It's great. It's fantastic. A long way to continue and grow.
Speaking of Chelsea, Chris, you've been and obviously watched Chelsea women's team. Emma Hayes, her co-commentary in the summer was so good, and it was great to see her in the studio for England games. There was talk of her getting a job in the Championship in sort of last year, and I think she signed a new contract with Chelsea. But she'll be managing in the Premier League or Championship within the next 18 months. She's just so good.
Yeah.
She'd be so much better than half the people who just get jobs because they've always had jobs.
Yeah.
Like she'd immediately be better than half the league.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like Steve Bruce is doing a good job at Newcastle, so genuinely not looking to name names, but her CV is more impressive than half of the current managers in the men's game.
It'll take, it'll take a while, but it will happen. Yeah, I mean, it's on the fast track. We've already had female officials, haven't we? At a couple of games, I think. Maybe that was UEFA rather than Premier League. I don't know. I think there are a couple of female officials certainly in the Championship. I think, and I think I've been at Premier League, so I think it's going that way. It's great. And obviously we've got Ted Lasso as well, who's come over and done very well for Richmond in the Premier League. Anybody else a big Ted Lasso fan?
No, I still need to start it. I still need to start it.
Oh my God.
Everyone that seems to have watched it absolutely loves it. So something's going right. Like I need to get on it.
It's just the best feel-good TV.
Bit of a injury news in the Brentford Brighton game.
Ooh,
Adam Webster has gone down with a hamstring injury. He's gone off, which maybe not as relevant for FPL, although relevant for their defence. But in Sky, I know Webster is a very popular pick. I have him myself.
Oh, and also interesting that who comes on, because Brighton have had so many injuries at centre-back. Moda comes on, who's a wing-back, which is going to mean Veltman at centre-back. So those Veltman owners out there, like myself, actually, I don't think I do have Veltman anymore, but I did. No, I don't have Veltman. I'm glad, yeah. Do you know what? It's all what it is. I was doing my fan teams this morning, and I've got my fan team head on too. But no, I don't have Veltman, but loads do. He'll be playing centre back with Moda going to wing back. And moving forward, those of you that have taken a punt on Shane Duffy, thinking he might not be in the team for long, maybe he'll be in the team a little bit longer with Adam Webster out. So Duffy at 4.1 still looks like good value. I'm not just a pretty face, Chris.
No, you are. You certainly are a pretty face. That's my favourite Gianni Bertucci, as we say.
By the way, we got a yellow card at City as well.
Oh yes, a yellow card! Fantastic.
We've got some action. And it's Laporte, who I'm guessing not many own. Jamie Vardy was clattered into by Laporte.
So Chris Waddle has just said Newcastle are dealing with Man United with ease. So expect a goal any second. Ex club hero makes positive fee remark. Game over for club, I think.
I regret my Fernandes captaincy as much as I don't regret not getting Ronaldo.
Well, at the moment you're getting you know, if things stay as they are, Seb, you're getting 3 points for Bruno versus my 2. So you're up.
And what was your second option, Seb? Were you Salarying alternatively? I was.
It was marginal between Salah and Fernandes. If I'm honest, I probably ended up on Fernandes
because of Ronaldo
for that cover, to make me feel a little safer, which is 100%. A terrible reason to captain someone.
It is absolutely.
But that's probably why I did it.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was going, look, well, if it is a Ronaldo show, then the chances are Fernandes might be in there with an assist or two, or might be on the goals as well, and. Hopefully that's covering off the fact I've not gotten. It's exactly the same thing I was thinking, and that's a very negative way to pick a captain, really.
I thought you would both go there too, because Seb told me a few weeks ago Salah was very likely going to be his captain for the Leeds game, and rightly so, because you've said before, Seb, you're happy to Leeds loose at the back, and you were happy to go against your team because it's kind of win-win.
If anything, like not just happy, but I'd almost prefer it. Of course, the best outcome is Leeds beat Liverpool 3-0. But if we're going to lose, I suppose I'll benefit from it in FPL,
Yeah. Toby, who you guys know from the stream, regularly bets against Spurs, as in puts money on with whoever he bets with 365, because he just loves the idea of going, I put 20 quid on them to actually lose today, and I'm happy because I win either way. But
so, quick update on the matches here. There's been one shot on target in the Southampton West Ham match. I think my prediction of a cagey start is really well borne out there. And it came from Southampton, the shot on target. West Ham had more shots, but shot on target, I think it was Gineppo's effort. And then going across to Arsenal, Arsenal cracking went out of the blocks really early on. They had 7 or 8 chances, but there's not been much since then. Both sides have had a shot on target. It's 8 shots. Arsenal to 3 from Norwich, but you kind of worry. This is the point as an Arsenal fan, you'd start to worry, I think, where you've gone out there, Aubameyang's in, you've got you've gone aggressive, but it's not happened. So suddenly, next thing will happen. There'll be some weird thing happening at a corner, and you'll be 1-0 down, and what happens after that? That's just Arsenal just have looked really short on confidence this this season, and So I don't know. It's looking. Are we going to get to half time with everything 0-0? Is that like some sort of record?
When was the last time we had that with more than like a couple of games playing? This seems pretty rare.
I can't remember it.
That must be very rare. Come on, Joe. Where's your preparation for this match? Have you not got stats like that?
Yeah,
if this is on the BBC or something, you'd be straight away. There'd be a guy in a basement pulling out data.
I've got some preparation. Oh no. Okay, so Nick says, get Fred on. I love that, Nick. Who would you put him on for? Because United are passing square.
Get Fred on.
I mean, I've never heard United fans asking for Fred to come on. That's a surprise. No, I was actually just about to tweet going, I can't believe we decided to do the 3 p.m. kickoffs for the first time ever, have 6 games on, and it's all 0-0. Come and join us for the second half because it's going to go chicken oriental. Surely it is. But yeah, it's looked poor, and actually very few big chances by the looks of it as well across the board.
Not much of a chance to use our lovely graphics either for them to update. There's not been a lot going on there, is there?
I'll wait till they do, because we're going to have some cool looking bonus points.
Are they changed the bonus point thing?
With the gold, silver and bronze, yeah.
Okay, we did a poll while we were waiting, because apart from doing test match special tile, watch the bird and cake discussions, we're a bit starved. So now game's blank. Which big hitter do we expect to score most this game week? In the people took part, Salah 45%, yeah, probably right. Lukaku 29%, Ronaldo 21%. The faith is still there, and Fernandes 2%. Seb, there's not a lot of faith in our captaincy selection in that.
I mean,
okay, it's a small sample size, but what have you?
Also, we did that poll after 20 minutes of already blanking. Do you remember the Salah Fernandes captaincy debate a couple of weeks ago? When I forget who played first, I think it was Fernandes and he blanked, or Salah blanked, whatever it was. And then everyone was like, "Oh, the other one was definitely the best choice because so and so already is blanked."
What?
So now they've got a full match to go. And
hang on,
we've got to go. We've got to go.
No. Good God!
No,
Come on, Kev!
No!
This is legit, because Kev Mack, you are the one and only guy I would trust in this chat. Like, I trust many of you, like 95%. Kev Mack, I trust 100%. If Kev says there is a goal, there is a goal. And it's Ronaldo! Get in! Oh, I can't! Get in! That is brilliant. Oh, guys, it may have been a Bruno assist. Who knows? Oh, it's a tap-in. Oh, Kev, thank you.
How disappointing is that? What a disappointing end to the...
There I was on my phone just about to tweet about
Tell us about it, Gianni.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet. Oh, I don't even care. It's a tap in and I take the points alongside bonus that will probably come as well. I'm not going to say that to him in the chat. I was so tempted. I can't do that.
And Chris, like, you don't be disheartened. Like, Ronaldo scoring a goal is going to happen. So
what?
Fine.
He's going to score more goals. Don't tell me he's going to score more goals. It's going to happen again. Oh dear.
Oh, better.
We're sure that wasn't trolling.
No. Kev is so
There's
reliable.
About 1,000 people. There's about 1,000 people.
I've just seen who got the assist, and it's my boy Mason Greenwood. Yes.
Have you got Greenwood in your team as well?
Yeah, double up.
Oh, nice.
Double up.
Well done, Gianni. Well done. I feel really happy for you. Shaw's got a yellow card by looks of things. Is that right? No, it's not. That's the bonus points appearing. I apologize. I was looking at our little graphics. I saw some colour appearing. That'll probably change, but yeah.
That will change it in about a minute's time as we see the goal added, I think. Because Ronaldo is currently on for 1 point. So that will change.
Did you take a hit to make your... Well, you did Ronaldo in... What else did you do?
Yeah, I bought...
Torres, of course.
Barnes to Torres, and also a Traore for Bruno. So yeah, I did take a hit. So that goal,
Oh, no, brings you back to break even. That's good.
I mean, I want more than that, but yeah, you're right, it does.
Yeah. That's good. So now you've got a second half to get more points.
If I've broken even,
well, now he's scored a goal. You think you'd rest him? He's come on, done his goal, off he goes. I think don't want to risk it against Newcastle. You don't want to be kind of pushing out in case they take the points. Take the points at this point, I'd say.
Half-time whistles up and down the country already started to go. So I think the United game will be the only one that goes in to with a goal. I think all other games, Leicester, Man City 0-0, Arsenal, Norwich 0-0.
Yeah, we're half-time Arsenal, Norwich 0-0. Half-time Southampton, West Ham 0-0. I would have quite liked 0 everyone, but there we go. Never mind. I am happy for you, even though my face isn't portraying that. But yeah, looks like Arsenal match 0-0. Yeah, they've had it's much tighter now. 52-48% possession. They've had a lot of chances, but not a lot on target. And Norwich, it's obviously 0-0. Both sides still in it.
Yeah.
1-0 United. Well, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. It's what everybody wanted and expected, and it's happened. And what can you say? I think the challenge was whether he was going to start, not probably whether he was going to score if he started. But that's good. Have you seen a goal anywhere yet?
I've not, but I can confirm the assist because some were saying it was one of those sort of deflected assists. Will he get it? Won't he? But Fantasy Premier League, I'm just on the site now, do have Greenwood down as the assist, which we love. How does that influence the bonus? Well, you can see on our cool graphic. Check that out. That does not mean that Ronaldo's got a yellow card. That means that Ronaldo is on for 3 bonus points.
I hope that stays. That'd be great. I really do hope for you that stays to the end and nothing else happens.
That's the benefit of Ronaldo as a forward, though, Chris, because there was a lot of talk. I mean, I don't think there should have been any talk that Ronaldo shouldn't be listed anything but a forward. If he was a midfielder, yes, he would get the extra point for a goal, but the BPS he gets for scoring is lower than a forward. So, this works for Ronaldo. Works well indeed. But yeah, I think we have all games at half-time at 0-0. Other than the whistle's not gone yet at Brentford-Brighton. They're into the 45th minute. So yeah. Who's going to be next? Who's going to be next to score?
Happy end to the first half then for no. Well, I mean, fair play. People to the wild card. People went in on Ronaldo for this reason. He was, he's going to be obviously they're probably hoping for more than this, and they may well get that. But yeah, no, that gamble so far is paying off for those that brought in Ronaldo this week. So well done, he says, smiling happily for you all.
The best thing about it is there was no Bruno assist. Like that would be a bit of a okay, Ronaldo scored, but it's a Bruno assist. If we get a Bruno blank, if Ronaldo owners get a Bruno blank, that's huge.
Yeah, I think if Ronaldo owners do get a Bruno, if there's a Bruno blank this week after other blanks, obviously started the season incredibly, and then not so much. I think then the Fernandes, the Bruno sort of exit will accelerate. It's definitely. I'll definitely go. Well, okay.
He'll be dropping in price quickly as well, won't he? Because he's already had one price drop this week, I think.
I think if Ronaldo comes out of this with this or especially with much more, then the bandwagons, which is already sizable, is going to continue rolling on. I mean, one of the things that people often say is due to the nature of the United fan base globally, there is a disproportionate effect of like more casual players, potentially, arguably, nothing wrong with them, of course, but impacting price rises because they will flock behind their player, and I'm sure Ronaldo obviously is protected. When does the Ronaldo price protection run out? Is that tonight? Okay.
So I think we'll see a price rise, knowing he scored. I think he's on what is he, 27, 28% owned? There's going to be a price rise on him very soon. Interestingly enough, we thought that with Lukaku, and he never went up.
27% owned, yeah.
And now Lukaku's looking like, if anything, there could be a price fall.
Didn't Lukaku's momentum get killed by Ronaldo joining them? And people probably making that move at least. Was there something with Lukaku?
Lukaku was, according to some of the price trackers, none of which are 100% accurate, right? Lukaku was due to go up a couple of times, but was that the price protection the reason it didn't, or was that like something else? I don't know.
I think the forecasting was just out because he was on 96, 97% likely to rise for 3 or 4 days after the price had already been unlocked.
There seems to be a lot. It just seemed every day he was looking like he's going, and then it never quite happened, which seemed
a lot of wild cards in play as well, which often affect the predictions. Yeah. Speaking of wild cards. This is probably a good time to discuss wildcards because so many. I think there was someone in the chat. Let us know if you're still with us. Said something like 15% of teams have wildcarded this week. It was. I think it was 14.8.
What percentage?
14.8%. It's absolutely huge.
I'll be on to live FPL. They're very good at that stuff.
Go for that, Chris. Have a look at that when I asked Seb about your wildcard thoughts, Seb, because many are looking at the fixture swing in game week 7. But actually, for me, if you can hold it for game week 14, 15 into November, December, it's quite an advantage.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I like that idea of game week 14, or Ted was saying this morning with the African Cup of Nations coming up and Chelsea's potential blank and double with Club World Championship, whatever it's called now. There's probably some good opportunities in the future. Game week 7 and 8 is also a good chance. But for me personally, one of the reasons I didn't wildcard this week, one of the reasons I made my transfers when I did actually to get 0.1 and to get the players I wanted, is that I think I can get the game week 7 team that I would basically have on a wild card, just without swapping 4.5s, with 4 transfers between now and then, which would give me the triple Chelsea that I want, would give me some Wolves coverage. And then I've already got DCL, Antonio, Rafinha and whatnot. So I'd be pretty happy. So if I can, I will hold on to my wild card until game week 14, maybe even a little bit beyond.
Yeah, okay.
Chris, what are you thinking?
As I said before, when you asked me a very simple question, I went on for about 10 minutes. I'm trying to play. I played a more conservative game last year and tried not to be sent to knee jerky. I got my highs over finished just outside top 5k. by looking a bit more at what the top players are doing, by reading a lot more and watching more Scout and reading more on Scout and looking at the data more and not knee jerking as much. And so that's I deliberately, even though I was quite excited about Ronaldo as well, I deliberately didn't do it this time because of that. And I have set in my head that game week 7, if I can't get to Chelsea the way Seb's suggesting, that was my plan. But I do prefer to hold that wild card longer. I remember seeing Andy last season I think he went early with both of his. He went really early with the second one.
Did he?
Yeah. And I remember thinking at the time, wow, that's blown that. But it the players you moved in, it kind of worked. As sort of Seb was saying, you can get there. It's with a couple of hits, with a mini wild card, you can get there to most moves. If you don't need to wild card all the time. It's just because it's this sacred thing you want to keep hold of. But yeah, at the moment it's game week 7. But if I can hold it, I will. Leeds and Chelsea for me. The next is a focus is how to and particularly Leeds and Chelsea, not Rafinha, it appears, which I know is going to haunt me.
Bamford's a good shout. You said you wanted Bamford. I think Bamford might get overlooked as well.
Yeah, I think he will.
Next week, I think Bamford, if Leeds start, because he can get assists. He's not just a poacher. He can get assists. He can crack them from a bit of range. I think he's a decent player.
And penalties. We forget Leeds don't get many penalties, but Bamford is meant to be on them. He said at the end of last season when he was on, or took his last one, he's on them until he's told he's not. So I think FPL, the only reason Bamford's been perhaps overlooked is purely price points, and that's not necessarily that he's overpriced. It's more that Rafinha's underpriced, right, Seb? They got that one a little bit wrong. I don't think FPL make many mistakes with their prices at all. But that one, Rafinha $1 million less at the start of the season than Bamford, seemed a little bit off to me.
Bamford's 8 million, so 1.5.
Wow.
He's 7.9 now. Yeah, I agree. I think Rafinha was a 7 or a 7.5 realistically. Yeah. If you look at him with the likes of, obviously Jota, if he plays 38 matches, 90 minutes, he's worth much more. But given the rotation, he could end up with similar points to Rafinha, and he's 7.5. So, yeah, I think you're right.
What's your thinking on Jota? There's a lot of love for Jota at the moment. I think his price has risen already or set to rise if it hasn't. What's your feelings about him? He's another one of those players that I can't get excited enough about. I've owned him at different times, but he's just, obviously if Firmino's injured, he'll start. But you just don't know how long he's going to play, whether he's going to start. He's a decent player. But it's like one of those City assets in terms of game time. It's so unpredictable how much he's going to play. Have either you got Jota? Are you looking at him?
I do not. If I wildcarded, I may well have done.
Yeah.
But it's probably a short-term play, right? I don't think anyone was interested in him until Firmino got injured again, and then it was the guaranteed minutes. And the fact that he puts up very good per 90 numbers. Worth noting, of course, that when you actually play 90 minutes, those will deteriorate slightly, but they'll still be brilliant. But I think you possibly have a transfer to make in the future. But if you're on wildcard, that's fine. You brought him in for free in terms of, literally didn't even cost you a transfer. So you can get him out in the future, and that's fine, and you benefit in the short term. For people not on a wildcard, I'm happy not to have him. Obviously, a very popular move was Fernandes to Jota, and then one of your mid-price forwards to Ronaldo, which could come off nicely. But again, I think in 3 weeks' time, you're giving yourself 2 transfers.
You've got a problem, that's the problem. Those short-term moves to one match that's not how you progress through the ranks. It helps you 1 week, but not going forward. So wildcards, according to Live FPL, top 10K, 17.6% of people played their wildcard, which is a big number for top 10K. And overall, 15.3%.
Gosh, so many.
So he think, according to FPL, 24.5% of players. I'm sure there's some of this data is approximation. So even though it looks very accurate, I'm sure there's some vagaries. But 4.5% of players have played a wild card, used their wild card now.
Today.
Now that's so a quarter of players got a wild card gone. Some of the players, there's obviously going to be a load of players that are kind of casual and not, probably not as bothered about and are not might not necessarily understand the chips who are starting to play the first year. I know it's not, or won't be using it in a way that we're that bothered about. So that's a lot. I think that must be one of the highest. Be one of the
we had a really exciting transfer window, didn't we? And knowing now that the transfer window is open until the end of August, you go, okay, anyone that signs after the FPL sort of game week 1, you've got a couple of weeks for the likes of Ronaldo, Lukaku to enter the league.
Ronaldo and Lukaku, huge signings,
Yeah, it must change. And
Rondon,
also,
of course. Rondon into Everton. He's the big one that a lot of people are, going under the radar, I feel, a little bit. But watch out for him, eh?
Speaking of under the radar, the Ronaldo goal, I know it's great, and I said it was a tap-in.
I thought I would move on.
It's a real tap-in. So Pogba, watching the build-up, it's proper park the bus from Newcastle. They've got a bank of 5 lined up on the 18-yard line. Literally, all on the 18-yard line as United are 40 yards out. Neat passing. Pogba finds Greenwood out wide. Greenwood does what you'd expect when he's out wide on the right. He relies on Wan-Bissaka to run around the outside, doesn't give him the ball, why would you in the opposing half? Turns inside on his left foot, shot near post, might take a deflection, Woodman saves it with his feet, and it literally bounces to Ronaldo 2 yards out, and he's just stood there, and it's the easiest goal he will probably score at Old Trafford. He's probably not scored an easier one.
Does that make it worse, Seb? I think it does.
I mean, I don't really mind.
You're much more sanguine about this. I'm much more. This is why I ban myself from doing Wildcard. my knee under the desk is jerking as ran crazily at the moment.
I mean, I guess the important thing to maybe take away from it is how much do we think it'll happen again in the future? It sounds like it was relatively fortunate. Maybe a fortunate assist for Greenwood again, which he's had a couple of.
Yeah.
And a fortunate goal for Ronaldo. But also, he's in the right place, which is what you want from him, right? He's a poacher now. That's what he's going to do.
Yeah.
We spoke before about, from a non-FPL perspective, is he actually going to add more goals? That's probably a goal Cavani scores. But from an FPL perspective, it's Ronaldo. It's people have brought in and captained. Absolutely fair enough. It doesn't scare me or anything, though, because it's not like he's gone and scored a ridiculous goal that would make me think, I've got to get that in my team. But like we said, Ronaldo's going to score goals. If you've gone against Ronaldo here, whether it's because you literally don't want him or it just doesn't work for your team, he's going to score goals. So we've got to make our peace with that. Yeah.
Newcastle at home, you've got to suck that. There's going to be fair enough. Thank you. You can make my. Oh, thanks. How much are you for the session? A couple of funnies in the chat here. According to and Deb, apologies if that I pronounced one of those. 25% of goals this week have been scored by Ronaldo, so that's
very good.
That's very good. And there's a couple. There's a Nick saying that Fred Woodman has Ronaldo in his FPL team. I don't know if that's corroborated, but that'd be maybe that's a bit of cheek. And Leverkusen Dortmund is not short of goals. 3-3 apparently.
There we go.
Ooh, I missed that.
Drama in the Bundesliga.
Why am I wasting my time watching these 0-0 draws?
Blair makes a good question. Will Greenwood get the assist? Now, Blair, I'm guessing that you're listening to us, but maybe you're watching too. If you check out the graphics, you will see a tiny little 4 by Greenwood's name. Check that out. That means he's on 1 point for minutes so far, 3 for the assist. He doesn't yet feature in the bonus. You'll see that Ronaldo's on gold. He's got 3 bonus. Silva, runner-up, sure, he's on for 2 bonus. And Pogba is on for 1 bonus. Now, remember, bonus points change a lot after 60 minutes when you get the clean sheet bonus on. But it's a nice start so far for Ronaldo and Shaw owners, both of which are very popular assets.
Shaw's a silver lining, right? That's the one thing I'll take out of this match so far. Apparently, FPL mate tweeted that the 25%. So
credit
where it's due. So Greenwood gets. Yeah, of course you will. Was there anything questionable about that? Is why they were asking whether Greenwood would get the assist? Was there any?
It was. I mean, it's a shot. Many think that Ronaldo wasn't his intended target. So as long as the Opta stats probably wouldn't go, he gets the assist for that. It's a shot which is saved. But we know in FPL, shots that are saved and rebound to the guy who scores, that's an assist.
Yeah, it's a fantasy assist, isn't it? That won't go down as a real assist.
Yeah.
No. But that's in the rules as fantasy assist, like legit assist for the game we play.
No, there are people down at Stockley watching all that, aren't they, and just making decisions about that.
Yeah, and you could say it was lucky. You could say it was lucky. You could say, it's a lucky assist because it is. He doesn't try and feed Ronaldo, but at the same time, it's a very good shot on target that could find its way into the net. So yeah.
Oh, it's just one of those. You take 25 shots, one goes in the top corner. That was lucky, but you took 25 shots. It's going to go in at some point. The volume shooters score goals for a reason. It's a valid tactic. So when we say it was fortunate, the scenario was fortunate. Yeah. But he's trying to force fortunate scenarios.
Yeah, no, he's fair play. You're being very even-handed, Seb, which I don't like at all. So what's our predictions for the second half? Second half's kicking off now.
We're going to get goals galore. There's going to be goals
I predict
every
at
game.
least twice as many goals.
Oh, what odds are you going to get on that, Seb? Get down the
Well,
as many goals.
we said Ronaldo's got 25% of the goals today, so we're taking the 3 goals Palace scored. If we just take the 3 PMs, surely Ronaldo doesn't end on 25% of the goals. That would mean 3 more goals across the 6 games in the second half. That simply cannot happen.
I reckon next goal's going to come at Arsenal. I'm going to go there. I think I can see them. I reckon they're going to come out aggressive. I'm waiting for data here, but I think they're going to come out aggressive and really try and force the issue. And probably concede. That's what's going to happen, I think.
Guys in the chat, we want one name of who's going to score the next goal in these 6 games. One player. So we'll all play along as well. So Chris is writing in the chat as Scout. I'm writing in the chat as me and Seb as him. We'll all we'll say ours. I'll start. Ferran Torres is getting the next goal. I think City have been all over Leicester. Surely City come up with a goal soon. Seb, to you next.
Mikel Antonio.
Oh, he's been quiet so far. Chris?
He has just had a chance.
Aubameyang then. I'll throw it in.
Going for Arsenal.
There's got to be goals in Arsenal Norwich. It just has to be. I can't leave that.
Oh wow, we've had Gio boys go Grealish, and by the way, I said the next goal will be Man City. Barnes has just hit the crossbar for Leicester. We've got guesses. Harry Dawson says Ronaldo. Gio boys Grealish. Eddie Aubameyang. 2 hints says Pepe. Kev thinks Pepe. Nick, Antonio, Jonty and Fordy all think Antonio. Dylan has gone for Lewis Dunk. Love that. Matt Henley for Saka. John for even Tony. We've got Vardy guess from Richard. A few Sakas, a few Antonios, a few Pepes. I'm surprised we've not seen loads more Ronaldos because now it's 1-0. I think he'd be the bookies' favourite. He'd be the bookies' favourite though, wouldn't he? The bookies would have Ronaldo as top. Jimenez, Jefferson. Soufal says Magnus.
Oh, Soufal would be great. I'd love that. Gundo, yeah. I had Gundo at the start of the season as a loyalty pick. Gundo is so good so good. Such a hero last year. And I think I took him out just before he scored as well, or he assisted. I think he scored, didn't he? And
he scored. Was it last week? He did, didn't he? He scored last
week. He scored in the match. The thing that made it better for me was watching the Matchday challenge on Black Box. I don't know if anybody else saw that, but oh my God. That was incredible. As really was. They didn't watch any of the football. They went into that not knowing, and you watched them watching it. It was like,
oh, there's been a goal.
Oh, hang on.
There has been a goal, and it's gone at Leicester Man City, and it's not where you'd think. It's not where you'd think at all.
Please be Harvey Barnes. We kept in the team we're managing on Scoutcast for someone called Alex, who's not playing this year, but does have a team. We kept Barnes in this week, not because we necessarily thought he would do amazing, but just because we wanted to take a sort of more chill approach and not wildcard.
Oh, it's been given as a goal, but now it looks like it might be offside. So Kev has said it's Leicester that have got the goal, and SofaScore is saying 1-0 Leicester, right? But we don't know if offsides are going to rule it out.
It was Harvey Barnes. My God.
Was it? Oh, that'd be so good.
We don't know if it's going to be ruled out. Oh, and we did see Barnes hit the woodwork just seconds ago.
Barnes hit the woodwork. Sorry, no, I'm behind. I was looking at.
Okay.
Oh, absolute drama. There we go.
You know what's throwing me, though? Because you asked for goal scorers in the chat.
Yeah,
what's throwing me is I keep looking up and I see Jimenez. And I'm like, oh, Jimenez? Yeah.
Oh, Kev has said it's offside. So VAR have given it offside. Good to know, Kev. Guys, Chris has just mentioned the Matchday challenge, which many of you would have watched, which was absolutely brilliant. Let us know in the chat if that's something you might want to see more of. I had a good conversation with Az, who many of you know works at Scout as well as does the Black Box pod. He is looking at doing, a few throughout the season, but would be, very up for us maybe looking at doing that on these watch-alongs too. So if it's something that might appeal, let us know. What do you think?
I think you can have a group of them. I think it's good. I mean, like Mark, the thing that made it so amazing was that Mark.
It was the story behind it.
The moves we know he'd made and the Torres out. It's just waiting to watch that come up. It was. And I don't enjoy Mark suffering, but he was really feeling it. You could see going through the gears, going, oh.
So just to confirm, that was Jamie Vardy who scored, but it was offside, and it was Wilfred Ndidi who would have got the assist. It sounds like he turned it over the middle, and sent it through to Vardy. So very much the type of goal we might expect.
Yeah.
Leicester setting up that block, nicking the ball and trying to hit on the counter.
Man City's high line as well. Vardy loves that. How is he still so quick at his age? I guess he doesn't play internationals. You'd like to say he's kept his body in good shape. I'm sure he has, but he did live off a diet of like Skittles vodka for 5 years.
That's the secret, mate.
It must be all that sugar.
Also, Gianni, first 5 yards are in your head, mate. That's how it works at that age. When you get old, your legs don't. You just need to be in the right position.
To be fair, we take the mick and mention his previous dart and whatnot. But since moving to before Leicester, becoming a full-time professional footballer, and then moving up to Leicester, I get the impression that he does put his all into that, and actually is probably incredibly professional when it matters, because the proof is on the pitch, right?
And he was a bit of a late bloomer in terms of professional, so he didn't get all the huge amount of minutes that some young academy players at the big clubs might get at 17, 18 years old. He was playing Sunday League, so, miles on the clock were slightly lower. And he's got the good body shape for it. Compare him with Wayne Rooney.
It was so interesting seeing the Rooney-Ronaldo comparison.
Oh, poor guy. Poor guy. I saw the same. And I actually felt for Rooney. And he's one of my least likeable players ever going. But yeah.
As an Everton fan, obviously Rooney was a hero. Never go back, as that was the thing as well. Although Ronaldo seems to be working, but still, despite maybe not being in the best of shape, he's still very popular, ladies. Apparently, allegedly, he says. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. We've had some responses in the chat about the Matchday challenge. Tuhin says yes, more of this, please. FPL Scope says he liked it. Tuhin also says there should be a story behind it, which I think most weeks there probably is. So let's say if we had done one tonight, there would have been a massive story there. I'd bought in Ronaldo for a hit. Yeah. But sometimes the 3 o'clocks aren't that fun because we get really good Super Sundays. This game week, there's only one fixture tomorrow, and we've got some really good lineups really good fixtures on paper today. We've not seen the goals yet. I tell you what, this will be a very quick highlights package for Match of the Day so far, wouldn't it?
It's going to be, yeah. God, well, hopefully they'll get something out of the other match. So I guess the Palace game's going to get a lot of footage. So yeah, Ben Rama's had a shot blocked in the last couple of minutes, and Mohamed El Younousi. Why have I got all difficult names? From a header was saved from Southampton. So it looks like the Southampton, as I may have predicted at the start of the top of the show, I should do this. Just professional. The Southampton West Ham game is looking to perk up a little bit in the second half. So hopefully there'll be a breakthrough there soon. West Ham,
what's interesting in that one? Just looking at the heat maps, you might be able to confirm, Chris. But Ben Rama seems to be playing in the more 10 role with Fornals out left, which is the reverse of what we saw when we were watching them. Yeah. So interesting to see them switch once again. It maybe
that means they started. That means the last 3 weeks they've flopped between them twice now. I guess
what do we think about Ben Rama? What do we think about Ben Rama? I will freely admit that I followed bits from pre-season. I wasn't completely in the know, and Ben Rama was definitely someone I was talked into by the fantasy Twitterati, and Scout and lots of places. That Ben Rama got a game, good value, blah blah, and I got him in, and obviously incredible early rewards. Do we think, are we happy with that? We think that's going to continue? Are the new some of the new transfers?
I was happy to swerve it, Chris. I think many got him just because of the hype, and because I already had Antonio, I was thinking, do I really? They're good, but they're still West Ham, and the fixtures aren't looking as healthy. So I was very happy to go without. But I must admit, I say happy to go without. The fear is when he does get the point.
He got 24 points in the first 2 games, right? So that was pretty incredible return. But then he got blanked in the third, and we'll see what he does today. But yeah, that is true. And moving forward, I've got 3 West Ham. Do I want 3 West Ham?
West Ham. They're not the best fixtures.
I'm not dropping out Antonio. I'm quite happy with Soufal unless I really need to mess about the defence. So,
European football coming up as well for the likes of Antonio. That's worth considering. How good is he going to be playing twice a week?
And I've made a bit of money on Ben Rama if he shifts on. I had Buendia at the start as well, who was much hyped as well, and obviously had done looked good when he was up previously, looked good in the Championship. But I've moved him along. I kept him for the final, his actual haul, and then
nice.
But yeah.
Yeah, you had him for his haul. Most had sold him by then, hadn't they?
Most people sold him by that point.
Exactly what I did, yeah.
I thought the fixture was just like, I bought him in for the first 3, and then I was going to move him. That was kind of the strategy. And so it seemed crazy. Just, the fixture was still attractive. And Villa, what's going with Villa? I mean, that's another thing. Like, obviously, is it Grealish? Is that it? I mean, Grealish was out quite a lot not a lot, but he was at a chunk of season last year, and Villa were still looking decent without him. But they don't seem to have started like the side that ended last season.
Oh, there's been a goal. There's been a goal. And guess where it is? It's at Old Trafford. Who had a Newcastle player in the predictions? I don't think many of you did. Yet Manquillo, the 4.0 defender, has only gone and scored at Old Trafford.
Wow.
Luke Shaw, clean sheet, wipeout.
Bloody hell.
Oh, the clean sheet is gone.
I just make my only. So basically, nothing. That's the extra point from my captain gone as well. Unbelievable.
I mean, I guess the beauty of Luke Shaw, clean sheet, wipeout, we pretty much all that. He's the highest owned defender in the game. I think he's 50% But Manquillo, no one saw that coming. And this could affect the bonus points as well, remember. Hopefully Ronaldo's still on for 3. Oh, there's been a big chance for Man City. And guess who it is? It's Ferran Torres. But it's no goal. Oh, he just doesn't take his chance from a Gundogan pass.
Played in by Gundogan again. Yeah, Gundogan sounds like he's been very involved.
Yeah, he does. He does. He had some good link up with Bernardo Silva earlier.
Back to the United versus United match. Just looking at the stats here as well, it tells me that Sancho has missed a big chance and Fernandes created it. I don't know if we saw that, but that's an interesting one to see if we can't find.
Yeah. Oh, this wasn't in the script, was it?
No.
What were we saying? I said earlier, Luke Shaw captain, bank the 6 points, guaranteed.
I'm pleased we didn't do that now. Yeah, what it's set up for perfectly is Ronaldo to be subbed off in 89 minutes, get his applause, and then Fernandes to score a penalty.
Does this mean now he's not going to be
59
subbed?
Minutes.
No, he's not going to be subbed now. You can't sub Ronaldo now. At 1-1, you just can't. If they were 1-0 up, maybe. But at 1-1, he stays on. He
never got subbed at Real Madrid, and I know he only rarely got subbed at Juve.
Twice last season.
Yeah, towards the end, it happened a little bit more, but I think that was maybe with rumblings from the club not doing all that well and Ronaldo not being happy with it.
Big chance at Arsenal as well. Saka's shot deflected Pepe, who looked to have a clear space and a clear shot, but Brandon Williams, who is the another bargain picks, slid in to prevent the ball finding the net, so he cleared it. So I don't know whether they get any. Well, that'll help his improve his BAPS, but that's good for Williams owners. Not
Chris,
so good for the Pepe.
Allow me to tempt fate. Ronaldo scores 1 goal today, gets less than 3 bonus, so maybe 1 or 2. I take it.
6 points.
That's fine.
Yeah, it is fine. It makes me more annoyed about captain Fernandes. I'm probably more annoyed about that than
It's
Ronaldo.
definitely fine. It depends on Bruno, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, yes and no. I guess they're 2 separate decisions. So I captain Bruno.
They are.
And like I say, maybe it wasn't the smartest decision. But just in terms of the Ronaldo question, should you have wildcarded, should you have taken a hit, whatever, if he gets 1 goal and not maximum bonus, I'd say it's not a win because we would have got more points, but I'll happily take that. Seeing as I've got a strategy in the future that doesn't involve him, I'll take it.
Yeah. Absolutely. In the game that people were hoping for cricket score, absolutely. I think you're absolutely right. But obviously, it's 60 minutes. We've got a little way.
Yeah. Like I said, I was like, should I wait to say this?
I think you should. I think you should actually.
The good news is the Newcastle goal scorer is a defender who's not on a clean sheet. So how that affects the bonus points still means Ronaldo is on for his 3. Manquillo does go to 2 BPS.
Sorry, that's good news. Sorry, I didn't understand. That's good news. How?
Just for me.
Good news for Ronaldo. No, I am.
Sorry, I was just boasting. It's got nothing to do with you. I'm just telling you about how I'm doing great.
Tunnel vision. Ronaldo.
No, I do generally think that there should be some maximum assist, by the way, for the
nice.
So that's. I don't know. Do many people actually? A lot of people love Sam Maximin, but he's kind of. He's so good to watch.
He's so good in real life, but maybe not for FPL.
Is he good in real life?
Is he good to watch? He's brilliant.
Exciting.
He's a runner. He's head that. Once he learns to get his head up, he's Adama Traore 18 months ago.
I think that's doing him a disservice. Like,
I've not got any stats in front of me. He has scored, Gianni, so that's completely
He's
different.
probably a better finisher than Adama Traore. But yeah, Adama Traore was one of those dribblers. He offered so much explosiveness, like St. Max, but he was always lacking the final ball. Now, Traore still probably doesn't have that, but I still think he gets his head up and gets crosses in. St. Max is like head down and run.
He does, off the top of my head. I feel like he does have more of an end product though. Like his chance creation isn't bad. I'll have a look at some stats.
Yeah, and
he's not just a runner because Newcastle have moved him central. He played 10 for a bit.
Yeah,
you can't just be a runner in that position. He has to have some sort of ability to progress the ball out of feet. And Yeah, I think he can be unfairly pigeonholed into just he's a dribbler. He's brilliant at that, but I think he's more than that.
Dan James is right. Yeah, it's probably doing him a bit of a disservice. He can play ball too, but I just want to see him get his head up. I just watching him, I'm just like, get your head up.
To be fair, Ronaldo, if nothing else happens, Ronaldo's got a bit of distance in the bonus there, so it would look like
needs another goal, really, isn't it?
You need to be. It's going to have to be a goal somewhere else now.
And there's been no goals anywhere else, Chris.
Still,
we've doubled our number of goals, 100% more goals.
We are hitting the 60. We are hitting the 60th minute, so you're starting getting towards a bit of a bonus point conversation we can at least have as we desperately search for some entertainment from this.
Well, I'm doing the Brentford-Brighton game as mentioned, and there's been a couple of yellow cards. We saw Canos and Mbeumo yellow carded, so Mark Southerns' and Mbeumo's is on.
Do we have a goal in the United match?
Oh no!
I have no idea who, but SofaScore has just ticked over for me.
Oh, it has. United 2, Newcastle 1. But who's got it?
Come on, chat. Where's Kev when we need you?
Oh, Pogba has been booked, by the way. But SofaScore have it at 2-1. Oh, it's Ronaldo! Get on! Oh,
I think at this point, Seb, we're less happy about the situation.
Come on! That's good. That's very, very good. Oh, looks like City have scored, Seb. Oh, I nearly fell off my chair.
Goals!
I've not got the City goal yet.
Oh,
I'll give you a shout when it comes through.
It looks like it's Bernardo Silva. But the big news is, and many of you have got him, Cristiano on his homecoming, the GOAT at Old Trafford in front of the home fans. He's only gone and scored a brace.
Yeah, no, as a script predicted, look how happy Gianni is. He's loving it.
If you took a 4-point hit for Bruno, you'll be very pleased to know that Ronaldo's got 2, and I think we're currently on Bruno blanking. Like that. Oh, guess who got the assist? Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw.
Oh, nice. At least something from Luke Shaw.
So he's on for bonus. He was already on for 1 bonus, LukeW. That'll project him up. Ronaldo looks nailed for 3. It's a big one. It's going to be double figures, potentially, for Ronaldo.
No, definitely. No, Ronaldo can't not be really now.
Yeah, if he gets any bonus, he's on for double, yeah.
Well, he's got 10 points already, right? He's got two 4s and a 2 for playing.
Good point. So he doesn't get a booking.
So he's probably on 13, which would be. And obviously, the chance is probably there. Chances are going to be there. Well, it depends on how Newcastle react to that. So there we go. So, Ronaldo, the people that took the punt are going to feel vindicated in this decision. And as I say, this is definitely going to see the
probably not a punt, to be fair.
Oh, not a punt. Okay. Yeah, but I think it was to go. It's not a complete punt, but to go early. To wildcard to do it, which a lot of people did.
So many actually did wildcard just for Ronaldo, didn't they?
Yeah.
They probably wouldn't admit that, but there were so many wildcards in play for Ronaldo. There's no doubt it was. Yeah. There we go.
Man City have indeed scored. Bernardo Silva got that. Not sure on assist just yet. And I think we might also have a goal at Arsenal.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. I've not got anything here yet. Hold on.
And it should, by the way, be 1-0. It should be 1-0 in the Watford Wolves games. It was Raul Jimenez flicks it on with his back heel, and Semedo, who loads of people went for on their wild card, came really close. Yeah, it was a save in the end. But yeah. By the way,
two chances created by Jimenez. One of them sounds like it's a big chance.
By the way, Wolves have made a sub. Trincao is off, and it's the South Korean forward known as the Bull, Hee Chan, who's from, I think he was at Leipzig last season, didn't score many goals. At Salzburg previously, he had scored some goals. 1-0 Arsenal, and it looks like it's Aubameyang, Chris.
Aubameyang scores for Arsenal.
I did say Aubameyang, but I obviously was 3 goals.
Guess, wasn't it?
But it was in the list.
We'll keep you up to date with the assists, but I can tell you for Man City, the assist has gone to Cancelo. How many have got Cancelo? I'm guessing not many this season. He had his time. I'm sure that'll come back. He looks nailed. With no Mendy, left back spot, there's less competition. It's him and Zinchenko, and then he still, if he doesn't play left back, arguably will play right back. So Cancelo looks like a great pick. And he's top of the bonus points in that game as well. Cancelo on for 3 bonus, Bernardo for 2. Come on, Torres. Need some Torres points.
There was a Nicolas Pepe assist for Arsenal for the Aubameyang goal.
Oh, a few went with him on wildcard as well. 7.2, 7.3 million. Magnus Carlsen, I think, went for Pepe.
I think he had Aubameyang.
Oh, he had Aubameyang.
Yeah. Which, I mean, it depends. Like, if that was instead of Ronaldo, so far you're down on that. If it was just an independent move, good shout. They've got great fixtures. Goal scorer.
Yeah. No, that's small fantasy point. Vestergaard for Leicester subbed off just before the City goal, so he'll have got his clean sheet.
What, did he make 60?
The goal was on 61.
Yeah. It's what
So SofaScore told me that Johnny Evans came on the 61st, and Bernardo Silva scored on the 62nd. So Vestergaard has got that clean sheet, although you assume that's injury, so not great going forward, but great for this match.
Yeah. Oh, bad news for Torres owners.
Yeah, he locked in the 60. So, well, that's Vestergaard's definitely someone that so if Leicester have a good run of fixtures and we're looking tight again, Leicester of old, then I would definitely want to look at him because he's such a threat at corners and stuff as well, set pieces.
As you alluded to there, Gianni, Sterling on for Ferran Torres after 60. So
yeah, 64.
You get your 3 there.
This is basically a disaster unfurling. So yeah. 3 points. 3 points.
I was just looking at my team as well and thinking like, hey, I'd need Jimenez to come and do something because I brought him in. But Antonio DCL Jimenez, independent of what Ronaldo does, I could get points there. I reckon the way it seems to be going at the moment is Ronaldo captain. I'll be definitely down on that.
Yeah.
But the rest of my team could pull up and get similar. We'll have to see. I'm not too unhappy.
Yeah. No, well,
Fernandez captain, not so smart.
You're a much calmer man than I am. Clearly,
I'm tearing my hair out. Ronaldo, by the way, last time he played Newcastle at Old Trafford, he got a hat-trick. It's happening, isn't it?
Ronaldo.
But that means nothing.
It literally means nothing. I hate the historical stuff. Unless even when you get he's got a great record against that team, it's like, is it against the same back four? You're looking about 7 years ago when he got a hat trick against a completely different team.
All that's irrelevant, but in that he's got his boots on, he's got his shooting boots on, he's hungry, and Newcastle, probably going to tire.
United sub, Chris. United sub, and it's Sancho off. Do you remember Jesse Lingard, the guy who played for West Ham? Where he's on. Lingard is on.
Lingardinho.
Lingardinho. Jay Lings.
Why didn't he go? Why didn't Lingard go? What's that about?
Oh, so close. Adama Traore goes on a dangerous run. He's caught from behind. João Moutinho then curls the free kick, and it's Raul Jimenez nods it just inches wide for Seb.
By the way, I'm aware we're FPL focused, but I have Ronaldo captain in Sky, so
there we go. And there's some Sky.
No, it's good.
Not because I don't in FPL, just they're separate games to be played separately.
But this is a good reason.
It made sense in Sky.
This is a good reason to play multiple games as well, because you can cover yourself, right? You only really have your one FPL team, of course, but
they're very different strategies. So yeah, for the FPL team, Ronaldo didn't make sense.
I know, but it makes you feel better though. Well, my point. Like at the weekend, that didn't work. It's why I didn't usually back too many Everton players, because I usually would get beaten anyway. I wouldn't want to blank and get beaten. That'd be depressing.
I don't celebrate Ronaldo quite as much as Gianni, but I will take my points in Sky.
But no,
I've captained Lukaku in all my fan team entries. I don't actually have Ronaldo in many. I went Lukaku over Ronaldo, but that was purely led on price, because they're different games. And again, I'm sure the same with Sky. Like when you have different price points, your strategy can be completely different.
I'm looking forward to that match later as well. FPL aside, I don't think I have any involvement in that other than wanting in the future.
Team news in literally 2 minutes we'll have team news. Lukaku was seen as a doubt. He's trained. He's fine.
He'll start. He'll start.
I think Mason Mount might be more interesting.
Yeah.
Because if he needs a rest, he can have it with Chelsea's attacking midfield options.
Yeah. And Ziyech is back full training as well. Could we see Werner play with Lukaku for the first time? Werner, who's been scoring for Germany. The depth there is insane. And Chelsea, of course, have Zenit St. Petersburg in the Champions League on Tuesday night.
Raul Jimenez, 2 chances created.
Yeah.
1 big chance is missed. Someone else misses a big chance he created. Oh dear.
Newcastle have come so close as well. Joel Linton holding off Wan-Bissaka, then escaping the challenge from Varane. And then it's a save from De Gea. Very, very nearly 2-2.
I mean, looking at this outside of the fantasy lens for a second of Ronaldo fever, if United come away from here scraping a 2-1 draw and sort of by the skin of their teeth, That doesn't say to me this is an amazing team that's going to roll everybody over, does it?
Struggled against Wolves last week as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like we discussed this earlier. Again, as you say, Chris, outside of fantasy, Man United are probably lesser than the sum of their parts. They either finished brilliantly last year or overperformed XG, whichever way you want to spin that. They're going to have to do it again probably this year to finish. Was it second they finished last year? Third?
Yeah.
I had them fourth in my predictions. I think they're good enough to do that, but I don't think they're going to threaten the title by a long way.
Yeah, Ronaldo coming for you, Seb, doesn't improve their chances of the title. For me, it doesn't at all. Oh, looks like Mason Mount has been benched.
Oh,
we've had a goal at Wolves.
Oh, go on.
Oh, we've had a goal at Wolves.
Go on.
SofaScore are telling me we've had a goal at Wolves.
Be kind to me, Kev. Be kind to me.
Come on, Kev. Let us know when you know. But yeah, Lukaku does start as well. That's I guess the big news from the bridge. I'm just getting the Chelsea team news up as we speak. Obviously, no Reece James, which is quite which we expect. He's suspended. Looks like it's going to be Mendy in goal, and Chalobah comes in at centre back with Thiago Silva and Rudiger. Hudson-Odoi will be the right wing back. So there's no Azpilicueta. He's on the bench.
No Christensen.
No Christensen, who many went for on a wild card. Saul plays is on his home debut or his debut alongside Kovacic. So no Jorginho, who played 3 times for Italy, 3 times. It wasn't necessary. And then no Kante either. So Alonso captains the team in the absence of Azpilicueta. And by the way, the Wolves goal looks like it might have been an own goal. Who got the assist, Kev? Let us know. Then Ziyech and Havertz playing behind Lukaku. So Alonso starting the 4th game in a row. No Chilwell. Alonso has to come part of our thinking, surely. He's the cheapest he's ever been. Not ever. He's the cheapest we know from recent memory. And he's such a good FPL player.
I feel like when I get there, whether it's game week 6, game week 7, I prefer Reece James. Both in terms of, actually, no, not in terms of attacking returns, Alonso's superior, but just in terms of likelihood to nail that spot down in Chelsea terms. So maybe it's 4 out of 5 counts as nailed. But yeah, like you say, Alonso keeps playing. They've got Chilwell. You'd think that's such a good deputy that they've got to go, well, I would expect 50-50, but maybe Alonso is worth consideration. I'm genuinely not sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, whoever you pick at fullback for either side on Chelsea, right back, maybe James is a bit more nailed than the left-sided players, but whoever you pick, you're going to have to expect some heartache, some rotation, but if you're willing to stick with it, you'll get rewarded too. So, I don't know, Alonso and James, both good assets.
Kev points out that no Jorginho means Lukaku on pens were that to happen.
Yeah, I spoke to Kev about this on DM. I felt like no matter if Jorginho's on the pitch or not, Lukaku coming to Chelsea means Lukaku's on pens, as far as I'm concerned. Under Frank, Jorginho gave them up temporarily for Werner. It didn't work. Werner actually missed his one and only, I think, in the FA Cup, I think it was. But no, Jorginho's job in the team, whilst his record's very good, isn't to score pens, isn't necessarily to be the pen taker. He's been at loads of clubs in Italy where he wasn't the pen taker. I think he'll be happily give him up. And by the way, it was a Marcel assist for Wolves. It
was Marcel. He's also got a yellow card, which he's top of bonus points with Kilman and Moutinho just behind. So he could pull away here with a nice little haul. And I know a few people, he's 4.5 million, isn't he? That might have been a few people's Wolves defensive option.
Yeah, and by the way, we did. I don't know if you guys saw it, but Antonio has been booked.
Oh no!
So those that did, because quite a few in the chat did captain Antonio, could be on for a 1-pointer. Be really disappointing for you guys.
Harvey Barnes is off for Leicester City. Subbed off, sorry, not sent off. Harvey Barnes and Maddison have come off for Iheanacho and Lookman.
So to give you an update on the scores, guys, I mean you can see it all there. There are still on screen. You can see a couple of 0-0s. Brentford, Brighton. I said to Seb off air before we came on the stream, that's got 0-0 written all over it. I mean, Tony maybe comes up with something, or Morpie, Welbeck, who knows? But yeah, Southampton, West Ham, also the other 0-0. Double Wolves defence for Yassin. Good shout. Who are they, Yassin? I'm guessing you've gone Seiss and Semedo, yeah. Oh, Kev's got Backman.
Well, there was a big article, a members article, a couple about the Wolves fixtures and the defensive options, and yeah, I think there's quite a lot of smart money going into Wolves in the background quietly, certainly in wildcards. But you say Martial is at the moment is joint top with Kilman, a budget blast from last year in the bonus as it stands in the Wolves game. And in the Brentford Brighton, it's Raya, Dunk, then Sanchez in terms of the bonus as it stands. So people went with Raya. Was it? Did you have Raya? You've got Raya?
I don't, but I know. Az was saying if he was wildcarding, he was going to go Raya.
Again,
Joe has him, I think.
Yeah, so he'll. There's not been the fact that the keeps have one save apiece. There's not really any save points, I suspect, but yeah. Yeah, Raya, Duncan, and so Sanchez again, obviously popularly owned, may pick up a point there.
Did you in the Chelsea Villa match, Gianni? Sorry, I may have missed this, but Ollie Watkins starting up front with Danny Ings, and it looking like being 3 or 5 at the back with no wingers.
Yeah, we could see a front two. There was talk that Ollie Watkins would play alongside Ings, and it looks like we're going to see that. Interesting.
I think that maybe not in this match, but I think Watkins really does improve their prospects going forward.
Yeah, it really does. And they've missed him. Yes, Grealish is a huge miss, but Watkins too. There's been a couple of subs, Seb, for Leicester. I don't know if you saw them. Harvey Barnes and Maddison are off.
Yes, indeed, for Lookman and Iheanacho.
Against his old club, Iheanacho. Could he get the equaliser?
That'd be fun. Did he score against them before? I feel like he might have done, but I might just be making that up because it's a narrative that makes sense.
Didn't he score? Did he score against them in the Community Shield a few weeks ago? Or was that a pen? Did he score a pen? Didn't he? He got the pen. They won 1-0 off a late pen,
yes,
and I think
he did.
came on and
that might
got the
be what
goal.
I was thinking of. Yeah.
Greenwood, by the way, has had another good game for United, and he almost gets United's third goal. It's again step over, shoot, cleared off the line.
So I'm not watching it, so just looking at the numbers, so take this with a massive pinch of salt. But 2 key passes, so 2 chances created, 1 shot on target. That's it. The shot on target will have been the assist. You say a good game, I'd say that's medium.
Yeah.
It's not enough bonus. It's not enough for bonus as it stands. That's going to be Ronaldo, Shaw, and Manquillo, unless anything notable happens. But you've got to be happy with Greenwood for the price you're paying. I mean,
yeah, I've had him since day one. He's playing 90. He's playing 90 as well. It's brilliant. Like he's played 90, 90, and 89 in the 3 games before today, and he probably was going to get 90 today.
5 points, decent. That's for that price, and in that side, he's always capable of a goal. That's decent. I mean, yeah, I know you're not keen to. What's your thinking with Fernandes now, then, Seb? How are you still just keeping the faith and see how it goes, or are you
to be honest, I wouldn't say I have all that much faith in Fernandes to start with. With Ronaldo joining and him probably losing penalties, he's not worth 12 million. My decision not to remove Fernandes, not to get Ronaldo, wasn't because I preferred Fernandes. Yeah. It was because I have those 3 mid-price forwards that I really like. I don't want to lose any of them. And I preferred my team the way it was, aiming for game week 7 when I would have, say, Lukaku. So Fernandes won't last long for me. He turns into Lukaku, really, via another route. So I'm just holding on to him in the meantime.
Yeah. No, fair enough.
Looks like Manquillo's off. Jacob Murphy on, who has been the starting right back. So yeah, Manquillo off. He might get bonus.
What more can he do? He scored.
Yeah, he'll be fairly happy with that, despite the defeat. I don't think he would have expected much. By the way, Iheanacho gets on the end of a long ball, and yeah, he feeds Lookman. So the 2 new not new signings. Lookman, the new signing, and Iheanacho, the signing from 2 seasons ago. Yeah, it was in on goal when Edison came charging out for a crucial block. Yeah, newish. Iheanacho feels like a new signing because he doesn't play it. He never plays.
But why? I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see how results go. But he's so good last year.
Yeah,
it's puzzling that it does seem puzzling that it changed the approach, and it doesn't seem to work wonders so far this season. I mean, fair enough. I guess they beat Wolves and they beat Norwich, wasn't it, at the time? But they the ones who lost to, I suppose. That's you're probably not putting City down as a game you're going to come away with loads of points.
True.
But yeah.
I actually expected City to score a fair few today. It looks like they've had the chances, just not necessarily the end product.
We have 2-0 to Wolves, and it looks like there's a third in the Manchester United-Newcastle game.
Oh, come on. Okay, I can confirm those results. It is 2-0 Wolves over Watford, and United have got the third. Oh, boo. I know who's got the United third. I don't like it.
Fernandes.
Oh, we'll take that. I will take that little bit of time.
As viewers have been watching this stream will know, I'd never lost faith in him. and I'll be doing...
Sorry, Chris. I'm with you, Chris. We knew all the way.
Yeah, I knew it would come.
People can't watch this back after it's live, can they? No? Cool,
no.
Chris, me
No,
and
we
you.
We'll cut that in the edit. No. As I say, he's worth every penny.
I mean, it'll be a Ronaldo assist.
It won't. He never gets assists. It could be a Greenwood assist, though. We'll take that.
Yeah, and
assist.
Genuinely, I'm more interested to know if Jimenez has done something for Wolves.
Pogba assist, by the way. Confirmed.
Pogba assist. Oh, nice. From the middle. Oh, SofaScore is telling me it's 1-0 Wolves now, so I don't... Oh, no, ignore me. It's gone. Hwang Hee-chan has scored.
No way. On his debut, the Bull has scored for Wolves against Watford.
That's what you were looking for, Seb, right? That's what you were hoping for, wasn't it? That was the...
Just because this is important to me, John in the chat says, "Wipe that smug face off, Gianni, please."
I can't.
If it weren't for the shirt he was wearing, I love Gianni's face. I love it more when it's smug. But that little tint of red here, I don't know.
It's
about
grim,
that.
isn't it? It is grim.
Needs a little bit more white.
How can you wear it? How can you wear it, Gianni? I mean, are you going to lose some from props there somewhere?
I've definitely had a few comments on Twitter being like, "Yeah, who is this fake football fan?" But no, look, I mean, I collect shirts, so I could have worn a Burnley shirt today. Like, I've got the shirts. And I don't like to wear them out of the house. I don't like to get them dirty or smelly. But in the house, I'm up for wearing them on streams when relevant. Look, my number one team is Italy. Chelsea are a big team of mine, and I'm a Chelsea fan. Sure, I don't know if I could wear another nation's shirt against Italy. I probably can wear a United shirt against Chelsea for the stream.
So you say against Italy? Like, as in, do you mean instead of like an England shirt, or do you mean literally just if they're like playing each other?
If they're playing each other, I've worn England shirts a few times. Yeah.
No, fair. You've said a few times you're Italy. Like, most people have like a club or a nation for them. Yours is Italy, and then you're a football.
Marcel assist again, apparently.
Oh, double!
Goodness.
Wow, that's going to be a real differential haul for some people. Not many people.
I'm almost tempted. So the 0.5 I've got in the bank is for Sanchez to Jose Sarr, but I knee-jerk Marcel in here, see if I can't get a price rise.
So what we're all praying for now is another Bruno goal to knock Ronaldo off the assist of the because Fernandez is straight.
I feel like we should take this and run, Chris. I feel like
into the two bonus points.
We should cut. Because I know what I think is more likely.
I obviously.
So Jimenez has got nothing from this.
Why is it when Bruno scores, he gets bonus automatically? On for 2 bonus.
Ronaldo does take a lot of shots. It's the old Salah thing, isn't it? So if it's off target, I think he's had, I was looking earlier, I think he's had 6 shots. 2 on target, 2 off target. That doesn't add up to 6, so I don't know what I've seen. Maybe blocked. Presumably blocked.
If that stands at 7 points, that's not a disastrous captaincy return. If those 2 bonus stand, that's not terrible. I know it's more than 7.
You'll get 9, 9.
Yeah. That'd be. I'd be more relaxed watching Liverpool Leeds then.
So if Livramento keeps this clean sheet for Southampton, he's my first sub. I should have just kept Wilson, let him go to the bench, lose my 0.1 million, bring Livramento in.
Yeah, what's Livramento?
Based on the performance, like I'm not unhappy with this Jimenez thing. Like, okay, if I'm not going to get points, fine, but could have scored himself, created 2 chances. I feel good about that going forward.
Yeah.
All right, so I've taken my finger off the wildcard button, so that's fine. we might soldier on for another couple of game weeks with this as it is. I want to ask you, Seb, about Jimenez.
Why?
Why? Why? No, I mean, he's a talented striker, and for a long time he was that player get a goal but no more. He doesn't seem to have the upside that other options have, and at the moment he's not scoring. So me and Ted were talking about this morning. So when you say he's not scoring, you're absolutely right. He hasn't got a season. He hasn't got an assist. Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. But it sounds like a very silly argument, but I promise it makes sense. That when you're judging a football match, basically the worst metric to judge the performance on is actual goals. Of course, it's what actually matters, but they're so few and far between. They're so based on so many other things happening or not happening that it's arguably not the best way to judge a performance. You could then extend that to someone like Jimenez, where if he scores or not, that's fine. Flip of a coin if you like. But if he has the underlying numbers, so he's had, before today, 12 shots, 11 in the box, only 1 of them on target, and only an XG of 0.7. So admittedly not perfect.
but he's also created a few chances, has an XA of 0.4, and their fixtures coming up were pretty brilliant. I think they might be top or just behind Arsenal on the ticker. And obviously as well, we've seen then when watching Matchday, watching the eye test, Wolves have looked really good. So not for 1 second am I saying like that's a nailed on pick and I expect, Ronaldo-like returns or anything. But I like what I see there and I want to get ahead of that. I want to be the guy who, and not for boasting, for points reasons, I want to be the guy who saw the numbers, saw the performances, owned Jimenez and then got his goals before everyone who waited for the goals. Yeah. So not a perfect move by any means, but 7.4 million, I think,
yeah,
sees me over until the wildcard. I like it.
No, okay. No, as always, you're reasoned in your moves. And as I mentioned before, if you've not checked out, there's some interesting, a couple of interesting features on Scout about the Wolves picks for the next few, because the fixtures are lovely at the moment. Brentford, Southampton, Newcastle, Villa, and then Leeds is maybe not quite as nice, but that's a good run. And so, yeah.
I got some action in Old Trafford, by the way. There has been some changes. Bruno is off. Greenwood is off. And by the way, before this happened, it's been reported that Ollie asked Ronaldo if he wanted to come off. And Ronaldo said no. And he stayed on the pitch. If you want your player off, Ollie, bring him off. Don't ask him.
So, look, obviously, I'm a Leeds fan. Of course, I want to dig on United and Solskjaer. But
computer said
that could probably be overplayed. Like, you could spin that to like, oh, look at their great relationship. Like he's talking to his player. Or you could spin it Ronaldo's the boss. Realistically, it's probably neither. Like managers may well ask that all the time when they're 3-1 up and their new signing has played well. And he might have just asked, how you feeling fitness wise. So,
but Ronaldo is the boss.
Try and be chill about that. I mean, yeah, you might be right, but I don't want to, I don't want to run away into Ronaldo's.
That's a bit of a worry for bonus with a
Luke Shaw is one off the BPS of Bruno. Bruno's on 33, really? Luke Shaw on 32, I think. So all we need is a successful cross or a tackle or something from Luke Shaw. Give it to us, please. Come on, Luke Shaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would obviously rather have Fernandes on that, but I'll take a bonus for Luke Shaw as well. He's done, no clean sheets. Oh, no, one clean sheet.
He's got one bonus.
He's got a few bonus, hasn't he?
He's got one bonus already. So it's Ronaldo, Fernandes, Shaw at the moment, which, I think, as you said earlier, 2 goals and you'd kind of expect probably a goal for Ronaldo. So 2 goals and maximum bonus is not ideal, but it was not an impossible outcome, and it's not an unlikely outcome. And Fernando's scoring has definitely taken the edge off that a little bit off that decision. So that's
I think
slightly better.
If you did Fernandes to Jota and let's say DCL or someone to Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's matches to come. Jota could go and score a hat-trick very easily. But there's matches to come. Let's assume you captained Ronaldo. You're probably up on this move so far, and absolutely fair enough. But I'm not down far enough to be too worried about it, and I prefer my team overall.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I think the thing is, especially if it depends how you got there as well. If you've wildcarded, I think that is a cost you don't measure, but a wildcard has a value, right? And it's. I think, but 26 points. If you put in Ronaldo, you've captained Ronaldo. You've surely. So I think that's a 26-point return. I think you're gonna be pretty happy with that. So don't get greedy. Don't expect further goals as well.
It looks like that exchange between Ollie and Ronaldo wasn't captured on TV. I can let you know FPL scope. The source there is BBC Live Text, so it's probably someone within the stadium that's seen it. But it'd be really interesting. Maybe we'll see a replay of it later.
Just someone in the chat, just to continue the Jimenez thing, just asked, he hasn't scored braces very often, I guess.
Yeah.
Am I worried about that at 7.5 million? I'm not going to captain him. I'll take my goals, happily tick over. Yeah. A couple of years ago, was it Danny Ings who just got like a goal every week, give or take, and just ticked along for about half the season? All adds up, especially at a cheap price. Especially if I'm never going to give him the captain.
You're absolutely right. If it's predictable, you think they're going to, and he averages a goal a game. That's great. I mean, incredible.
Play this back to me in a few weeks when Jimenez still hasn't scored. Ronaldo scored 12 goals, and very silly.
Yeah, but your decision was not. Yeah, but to be fair, your decision was not Jimenez or Ronaldo, right? It wasn't.
No, indeed, no.
Of those two players.
No, that's not what I'm trying to say here. Jimenez over Ronaldo.
So Southampton, West Ham. I mean, good news for Southampton options. Not a bit of a worry for West Ham assets. I think. I mean, Southampton did look very good at home against United as well. So maybe just they are going to be a team that play really well, at home. But they've been.
Yeah.
West Ham had 13 shots, only three on target. What's been going on most recently?
Oh, Ben Rama's come off. Only just spotted that.
Yeah,
created a couple of chances, but had no shots himself.
And Bowen's off as well. Yarmolenko's come on for Bowen.
Okay.
So
Looks Ogbonna's going to feature in the bonus there, and then McCarthy will feature too. So McCarthy did make 3 saves. Livramento not in the bonus, but nice 6 points.
Those 6 were great return. I mean, Broja on for Adam Armstrong. I know he was kind of a make weight for. I think isn't he a 4 million something like that?
Chelsea legend. Broja. He's came from the academy. Yeah, he scored for Albania the other day.
Just a question I'd love to pick up in the chat again. Jack asking, is it still worth it to trade Bruno to get CR7? Assuming that would again be a hit because it's 2 transfers, or even if it's a free. I wonder if now it's not. You've missed the Newcastle match, which was the really attractive one to have Ronaldo captain. Salah, I think off the top of my head, might be the better captain the next 2 weeks. I'm not saying keep Bruno because he's going to do well. Week, yeah. I wonder if maybe it's remove Ronaldo for Lukaku in a couple of weeks. Remove Bruno for Lukaku in a couple of weeks rather than Ronaldo.
There's been a goal. Yeah. There's been a goal at Old Trafford.
Has there?
There's been a goal at Old Trafford. We know Bruno isn't on the pitch. We know Greenwood isn't on the pitch. But someone that is on the pitch is Jay Lings. Jesse Lingard. Welcome back to Old Trafford, son.
and breathe out.
Yeah.
I mentioned Lingard earlier. Why is he? Why is he at Man United? That's not a question. I mean, he's great club, the option, but he's not going to play, right? I mean, he obviously played here for a few minutes. He looked great for England today as well. But I reckon
I know why he's still there. His contract expires at the end of this season.
Yeah,
and if you move on a free, you get a lot more money. It's a smart thing.
Yeah. It's a shame that because he's going to at his age you want to be playing and he's not going to get many minutes. Although Dan James was sold, so little. I think he must be 30.
He might get. He's come on here and scored a goal. He might get a few minutes. He's randomly been picked for England when he's not playing. I don't know.
Oh, 28.
If this year of the career is so damaging for him. And it's a sensible. When I mentioned the money thing, I'd totally do the same. It's a very sensible decision to move on a free. Because you get a significant amount more money, and this is your career, right? This is how you're going to earn your money.
Yeah. Although we would have...
hang on.
Brighton have scored.
Come on. Brighton have scored against Brentford. Clean sheet, wipeout for Raya.
And we have a red card at West Ham. No idea who yet.
Oh, Antonio was on a yellow.
Oh, imagine.
And Declan Rice was also on a yellow from memory.
Declan was on a yellow, yeah. Let's see what we're going.
If it was Antonio.
It's Antonio, possibly. Unconfirmed source from Joe Thorgood. I'm not doubting you, but
it is Antonio. Second yellow. So he'll only be banned for 1 match.
How's your bench, guys? How's your bench?
That's going to be a lot more Ronaldo transfers.
Yeah, really.
I mean, there is going to be a lot more. That is not good news.
Also, he's benched for the game against United. So United will play West Ham without Antonio.
So I've got Livramento,
assist, by the way.
and Williams. Bad times. I guess Williams against Watford actually isn't terrible. I'd probably do that and carry the transfer.
I've got White, yeah.
Guys, Pogba assist could mean that's 2 assists for Pogba. How will that mean
the
Bruno?
bonus.
Yeah, will that mean Bruno's on for 2 or possibly Pogba comes in? Let's have a look.
Pogba was quite a bit behind, wasn't he? I think.
He's now second. Confirmed.
Oh, wow.
He's now on 36.
Yeah,
Bruno
and he's not going to go down.
33.
So Fernandez is only down to a point.
That knocks Luke Shaw out. So currently Fernandez is in 1, Pogba 2, Ronaldo 3.
Well, that's annoying.
It's close enough for readjustments to change that.
Yeah, but not. I don't think Pogba and Fernandez will change. I think 2 assists.
Although Luke Shaw is only 1 behind Bruno. So Luke Shaw's still on the pitch. Bruno's not. So he just needs to do something right, Luke Shaw.
Oh, Raul Jimenez got booked.
I like that. That's the thing you're annoyed about.
Yeah, you don't care about Bruno scoring.
Ronaldo
scoring a brace, but your Jimenez bet, I can tell you put a lot in that. That's the one you really want. That's the one you really want. It's the one where people have gone, "Why have you gone for him?" Right? I've gone Traore, by the way. I think get on Wolves now. They're winning 2-0 today. Arguably, this was their difficult game for the next couple. They've got some nice home fixtures coming up.
So we've got full time in all the matches but Brentford and Brighton, which is 1-0 and just going into the last few minutes.
It was McAllister with the assist.
So well done. What's that?
It was a Trossard goal, by the way, and McAllister assist for Brighton.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hard. Poor Brentford. It's the second game at the new stadium. They beat Arsenal in game week 1. Game week 4, they get to 89 minutes and then concede.
Some people will have captained Antonio.
Quite a few in the chat had earlier.
Yeah, no, that's -2. I mean, that is
really tough.
Okay.
That is really tough.
I mean, you're already pissed at the. Sorry, you're already annoyed at the 1 point, right? And then yeah.
The only saving grace for those that aren't captained Antonio, I'm thinking if you've done that, you've probably done it because you've captained him in the last few weeks. It's done really well for you. Swings and roundabouts. I don't think anyone's captaining Antonio today that hasn't done it in the past and been rewarded.
Yeah, probably not. But no, I mean, like the Torres gamble didn't come off this week. Ben Rama's done better than Antonio. Yeah, no, it's interesting. How many have you got left to play? I've got 3 left.
1, 2, 3. I have 5.
5. So yeah, I'm going
only on 28 though. That's pretty meager, probably, especially compared to Ronaldo captainers.
Yeah, exactly. I'm on 38 pre-bonus, whatever Fernandez is going to get. But yeah, that's not going to be much more than 40. It's going to be a red hour a week, I think. But yeah,
guys, Sanchez clean sheet by the way for Brighton. That's nice.
Yes, indeed, yeah. No saves or anything, I don't think, unfortunately. He only made 1 save, no bonus. He's a couple away.
He was in the bonus until Trossard scored.
Oh, Luke Shaw, that's really frustrating. He's on for 5 points. If Luke Shaw doesn't get the yellow card, he gets the bonus off Bruno.
Luke Shaw didn't get a yellow card. He got an assist and they conceded.
Sorry. I saw the 5 points was like clean. That means clean sheet, yellow card. No, of course Newcastle scored. Sorry, Manquillo. Loads of people.
Hwang Hee-chan may have stolen the bonus off Marcel. He's on 32 with Marcel on 30. So still a great return. Clean sheet, 2 assists, a yellow card. But Hwang Hee-chan has maybe stolen the 3 bonus.
That shows how the BPS system works massively the advantage of forwards that score goals. Marcel has got 2 assists. He's kept a clean sheet. And someone's come on as a sub for 10 minutes, scored a goal, and he's got 3 bonus.
I think you're probably still quite happy about Marcel.
Yeah, probably.
I think like a 13-point haul is probably not what you were going into this match expecting. So that's I think you'd be pretty happy with that. But
maybe the final headline from those bonus points is Cancelo with all 3 at Man City. Bernardo just behind him, and Diaz on 1.
Okay.
Yeah, Man City defence. Not many people with them, is there? Not many people with the City defence.
No, indeed.
That seems, which is odd, considering their results have been good, and obviously they are
especially Cancelo
champions again.
We know
I think there's just a fear over minutes, but 4 90-minute matches so far. Maybe the Champions League changes this a little bit though, because Zinchenko is going to get a look in, and if Cancelo's worked himself back into the first 11, we know that Pep actually might well rotate fullbacks, especially in the league and Champions League.
But it is only it's 2 spots for 3 places, so it's not mass rotation. Knowing there's no Mendy now.
Would you include Nathan Ake for potential left-back cover? I'm not saying he'd be anywhere near first choice, but if he wants to swap both his fullbacks, Ake possibly could play there.
Fair.
I agree with you in terms of
we have seen him play there. Yeah, we have seen him. We've had a couple of questions in the chat. Few looking to maybe get Baron Edouard in for Antonio. I'm not sure you want to be shipping Antonio. You've made so much money on him. If you bought him at the start of the season, he's now up at 8 million. You paid 7.5. He'll miss the United game. Were you expecting much against United?
Edouard has Liverpool next. That doesn't seem like...
That wouldn't be the game I'd launch into him on. I don't think his price is going to spiral and lock you out, right? So
yeah, after United, Antonio has Leeds, Brentford, Everton. No, nice fixtures.
I mean, the game he's missing is, going to be the toughest game anyway, right? For as you say. So I don't know. Interesting. It is. It does. I mean, it's been already a fascinating season in terms of the transfers, the number of kind of premiums coming in. There's, the twists and turns. I was slightly disappointed that the FIFA Premier League battle sort of petered out a little bit. I would like that to be another talking point in the year where. Oh, and there's a fly. Whereas, a series of Brazilian and Chilean and Peru where the players were kind of all kept from playing for a week or two because of FIFA rulings. But I think that we like that stuff. We like all that. The international break came a bit early as well. It felt like it did anyway.
Yeah. And it normally comes after the 4th match. Not the 4th.
Yeah, I think we usually get 4 matches in before, or the best, before he comes in. But,
it just occurs to me though that I've changed my mind. Everyone should do Antonio to Jimenez.
Well, there's some Joe saying maybe Antonio to Bamford, who we know goes on the most unbelievable run. That will get some love.
I actually don't hate that.
No.
Because if you were to like wildcard day and say in 7, I mean, that's halfway through Leeds' good run, but you could maybe then switch to one of them if you only wanted one or get Antonio back. I mean, I think the move is probably hold him. But if you had to lose him because you didn't have a bench, that's probably quite a good shout.
Remember, it is only the one game, guys. But yeah. It's been great chatting. Thank you so much, guys, in the chat. It's been fun. We've got our new graphics on screen, and let us know in the comments of this video what you think to them. We'll have them moving forward every week.
They're awesome.
Yeah, I'm loving them. And we'll be back. We won't be doing the 3 p.m s every week. This is just for the Ronaldo show. Usually we pick a game on a Saturday or a Sunday, and we give you the watch along with it. So we'll be back next week as normal. Do like and subscribe. And also, guys, if you don't already subscribe to the Scout members area, all the stats we've been given today, the vast majority of them have come from that members area. For a very small amount of money, you can subscribe for a year. So check that out. And do please like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you, Seb, for your time today. Thank you, Chris. Chris, nice to have you with us. Did you enjoy yourself?
Yeah, I did. I think the first half was a struggle, wasn't it? It wasn't the most... I'm not sure I enjoyed Ronaldo's return to the Premier League as much as others, but yeah, no, it's been fun. It's always a good laugh and it's a good bounce to chat about a few issues. I think we covered quite a lot actually in between the goals, but yeah, hopefully we'll have me back on again at some point soon.
Absolutely. And last word from you, Seb. I'm going to ask you one final question. Can Leeds cause an upset tomorrow? I think they can. I'm not impressed with Liverpool at all defensively.
Okay, you can be optimistic. I'll be pessimistic.
Oh, there we go. So Leeds, we won't be doing the watch along tomorrow. We're going to let Seb enjoy that game in peace, but we'll be